冬の運転心配ね。
あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブン。
やる横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル、Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up guys, it's Frederick Ospo and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。モティー
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。
あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブン。
やる横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル、Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for round 4 here at the G-Shock presents Formula Drift Japan 2021 series here in the Okuibuki Motor Park in the Shiga Prefecture. I'll be your host, Kenny Harrison. Alongside me throughout the whole entire season so far is going to be Robbie Nishida.
How you guys doing? And welcome back to another round of Formula Drift Japan. We are back here at Okuibuki Motor Park. This is usually a ski resort, but during the spring, summer, and the fall where there's no snow, they actually open everything up so a lot of people could come out and have fun to go and smoke their tires. But look at us now. We're here. We have our course all set up, ready to go for another competition.
Yes, and yesterday, as most of y'all probably saw on the live from the Instagram and everything, it was all wet yesterday for the practice, but now here we are today. It's been dry for practice for them all morning, but, you know,
yeah, it was wet all day yesterday, and a little bit of this morning. It was a little dampy on the track, moist on the track, but it looked like it cleared up, and I think only a limited amount of drivers were able to actually practice in the dry.
yeah, and we saw some rowdy runs today. It's pretty awesome. Got to see some smoke, but you know what? It looks like it's going to hold up for us, which, you know, I'm going to knock on wood anyways. Hopefully we can get some good qualified runs, some solid runs out here, and see what these drivers have to show for these live individuals out there checking us out.
Oh, there you go. The guy's waving all the way to the right on the screen. That's Tom Saiba all the way to the right. He's a Japanese commentator. Alongside of him is also another commentator, which is Yuji Yamamura. He is one of the judges as well. And today, our third judge is somewhere in the U.S. right now. It's Ryan Lantain. He is joining us as well, and he will be joining us remote. So let me go ahead and call out for Marina right now. She's going to be doing our pit report. So, Marina-chan.
Hello guys, I'm Marina Hosho. Glad to see you guys again, and this time I'm also in here as a pit reporter. I hope you guys enjoy it together. And now, before qualify session, I'm going to interview the driver. His name is Suenaga. はい、ということで、末永選手にインタビューさせていただこうと思います。お時間いただきありがとうございます。
よろしくお願いします。
お願いします。こちらの サーキットでレースをするのは初めてというふうにお伺いしたんですけど。
はい、ドライバーとして走るのは今回初めてです。
あ、そうなんですね。お気持ちいかがですか？
昨日練習走行で初めて走ってみたんですけど、
はい、
とても難しいコースだなという印象です。
はい、ということで前回のレースはですね、
2番です。はい。
ということで全体のシーズンの中でも2位に浮上しましたが、すごくコンディションはいい感じですか？
そうですね、ランキングも2番になって正直びっくりしてる状況なんですけども、あんまりランキングを意識するのではなくて、一戦一戦、一つ一つの戦いを大事に丁寧に走っていきたいなと思ってます。
ありがとうございます。The previous race, he got second place, and he also came up second place in this season. And actually, this is his first time to be in this circuit, Okuibuki Motor Park, and he feels a little bit difficult, but he just drive step by step, and he is good condition. So I hope he will do his best. Back to you guys.
To go over that real quick, it is his first time being here, like he just said, and he said he's really excited to drive here, but also said the track is really hard because that's the first time he practiced yesterday. So I know this is a very technical track to tackle because of the wall over there, the uphill battle you got to go through, then the technical in-course. And he said he's second place in the point standing too. So
yeah, I got him down right now at 149 for points, so he's second. But
yeah, let's go ahead and go over the track as he was saying that it was very hard. But look at that. You see the start gate right there. You got the 3, 2, 1 cones on the left where our man Kobayashi is standing over there by the 3, 2, 1 cone. There you go. You start. You have to go through the chicane. The lead car has to go through the chicane. Here you go. Here is a picture of our track. To the driver's right when you're coming up to the first corner, that's the outside zone 1. That is a long outside zone, which is kind of along that big rock wall, and it's kind of dangerous. After that, you come in. There's an in-clip 1. Right after the in-clip 1, you're going to have to transition, throw a lot of angle going towards outside zone 2, feel that zone well, and right after that there's another outside zone which is very short but it's really hard to get out to because the wall is there and the car kind of tries to shallow up because of the way you're coming out of outside zone 2. And then after that you go back over the bridge and there's the last in-clip which is on the driver's right, leaving the bridge, and then you're going to have to obviously drift through the finish line. So this is what the track looks like from the outside zone 2 area, looking towards the mountain and the ski resort. As you see, outside zone 2 is pretty long too, so you can't leave the zone too early, then you're going to lose, line score. And also leaving the zone early is going to kind of put you in a pickle going towards outside zone 3. You're not going to be able to fill that zone as well either. So very, very technical because you do have to stay on track. Like, look at this. You can kind of tell the uphill because it's kind of steep. You really have to throw the car in or you're going to lose a lot of speed fast. But if you try to initiate too early.
One big thing I want to point out to the fans out there, if you noticed, Okuibuki hooked it up and they actually repaved that whole front stretch and they actually widened it also.
Exactly.
So definitely a lot of the drivers did say the transition from the old asphalt to the new asphalt, there is a grip difference, but so far we haven't seen anything crazy. During the practice runs, they've been throwing some solid runs.
Yeah, there's some close calls, but yeah, it was very nice. And I think it's going to be a lot more exciting than how it was last year, just because you said the pavement difference. Since the straightaway, we could call this the horseshoe, but when the cars are leaving the horseshoe going back to the finish line, the pavement wasn't this grippy before, so they would have to kind of take it easy. But now they can kind of actually get on it and kind of blaze through the finish line right at the the inside clip 2. So the guys that were working at the course said that there's a big difference in speed compared to last year coming out of the horseshoe.
Yeah, definitely this track is a different setup with the inside clips. We haven't had too many inside clips throughout this season, so this is going to be challenging, but at the same time, it's going to be a smoke show with them crossing paths coming back to the inside clip too. There's a look. The crew's getting ready. Oh, it looks like the knocking on wood didn't work for me because it looks like it's drizzling a little bit on us.
Oh my God! Look at this.
So
Dude,
you know what? We're not gonna.
luck.
Hey, we're not gonna make that affect us on this emceeing and everything. So we're gonna try to stay hype for y'all. We're gonna try to keep it hype. It may be a little slower with the transitions and going the uphill climb, but you know what? It's gonna make it happen. And once again, like before, there's no spectators. Unfortunately, we had to go back to that. We're back to a state of emergency here in Japan, so very unfortunate, but we do have y'all out there checking us out live and everything like that, so we do appreciate the support and everything, and we are watching, and we see you guys commenting out there and throwing your shout-outs, so definitely do appreciate everyone out there checking us out.
All right, so yeah, I thought everything's gonna go smoothly, and we're just gonna kind of roll right into qualify. But here we go. Like you said, there's a little drizzle. It's actually starting to turn into rain right now. So now I think they are contemplating to see if they're gonna give them a check run or a sight lap to figure out the rain, because some of these drivers, like I said, they probably didn't even drive in the rain yet. And I think some of the drivers that were here from yesterday that ran practice was able to run in the rain, but I mean...
Yeah, yesterday was all day. It wasn't really drizzling. It was downpouring. And then last night we had a pretty gnarly thunderstorm here out in the track, and a few of the tents got destroyed, but we got them back up and good to go. Dried up, and then right before practice this morning, it dried up pretty well for them to get some good runs in.
Yeah, it's like we stay up here because it's like a lodge up here where a lot of the ski instructors during the winter, they stay here and they work here to instruct people and teach them. But I think they're going to do a sight lap.
And this is Kazuhiro Kubo. He's getting his sight lap in, checking it out. Oh, this is him. Correction. This is actually going to be his run right here. Coming in that inside clip 1. Rolling into this long stretch of outer zone 2. Let's see if he can hold it all the way through. Really testing the track out. Paint just got thrown down. Coming in outer zone 3. Missing a little bit of outer zone 3. Coming in inside clip 2. Definitely seeing a different approach to this with their momentum that they're coming into these zones. But let's see this replay.
Yeah, it kind of started, I thought they were going to give him a sight lap, but I guess not. So here we go. That's the first lap. Not too, oh man, way away from the outside zone 1. A lot of angle right there at inside clip 1, but the switchback kind of weak. I mean, obviously they're trying to take it easy in the rain because, you wouldn't want to, throw the car too hard and spin out, so.
And then being the first one out there, checking the track out, especially since it got damp here, isn't the easiest bit of stress, but he got a rundown, so he'll get a score in, and hopefully he'll come back and give a little bit more flair, especially with that outer zone 1 coming into that wall. See what the judges have for him.
Man, this has to be a tough condition to drive under because, I mean...
Not only tough, this has to bum the drivers out because they were doing awesome. They were throwing down. They were putting some speed out there.
Yeah,
even
there was
though we
a
don't
lot
check
of
out
smoke.
speed, but
Yeah,
there was a lot of smoke.
Yeah, there was a lot of smoke.
And then here we are. They got to transition back to what they were doing yesterday. And like you said, some of these drivers didn't even get a lot of practice runs in yesterday. So this is going to be kind of new to them, and not new to them, but kind of a newer experience with the wet conditions coming up this hill.
There you go. That's a 62 for Kubo. He has missed a few of our events. He's usually he usually joins us. I don't know what happened to him and his team the previous rounds, but then he didn't make it out, and he finally made it out, but he got a 62. Well, that's a score in the books right now, just for now. So we'll go ahead and go on to the second driver that is lined up at the start gate.
It's going to be number 328, Shinichi Saito. He's in the Car Guy Racing A90 Supra. He struggled a little bit through practice yesterday and today. Well, actually, no, today he struggled through practice a little bit. Still kind of getting a better understanding of this car. This is new build for him, new car for him this year. So he's really getting, trying to understand what he's dealing with. But here he comes into the 3-2-1, initiating, come into outer zone 1. Let's see if he can get all the way out there. Dipped a little bit out, but here he comes into inside clip 1 right there. And see if he can carry that all the way through with his transition. Kind of a slow transition, but didn't really quite get into outer zone 2 there. Let's see how close he's going to get in outer zone 3. Not too bad in outer zone 3. With a nice finish into inside clip 1. But yeah, you could tell, like, it seems like he was a little hesitant there on some of his approaches to the zones.
Yeah, he does look hesitant. It looks like, or it seems like he's still trying to feel the car out because it is a brand new build. And also this, I think the track condition isn't helping out right there, but right there, the transition, it could have been a little wider going to the outside zone 2. And I think it's because of the track, the way, you know, obviously you can't see any smoke, so it's probably very damp out there. But yeah, it looks like he's trying to build traction to move forward. Very, very safe run by Saito. But he does get a score for the first run, so that's a good thing because that's not what you want. You don't want 2 zeros because if you incomplete twice, you're actually not even going to be able to fight for the top 32 places. And speaking of 32 places, I believe we have about 40 cars, but we have a few cars that actually broke, blew a motor. I think 2 cars were actually out from the comp, so I think we have about 37 to 38 cars this time. So
yeah, very, very unfortunate for that.
Yeah, sadly, I think about 5 to 6 cars will be going home.
And then unfortunately, the what is it? Kanta Yanaguida, he actually won last round. And he actually, unfortunately, isn't going to make it to this round.
Yeah,
didn't make it to this round.
and I heard that he had like mechanical issues or something where they couldn't get the part in early enough or something to get out here. So hopefully we'll see him joining us at the next 2 rounds since he did kind of come in and just wipe everything over. He's like 21 years old.
Yeah, Sportsland Sugo, he definitely killed it out there. He impressed a lot. He came out with a new vehicle too, so definitely was looking forward to see him out here, but unfortunately couldn't make it. But there you go, 70 for him.
70 for Saito.
On the first run. And like I said before, Saito's been struggling all day today and yesterday, so definitely it was nice to see him put a run down and finish a run, but he'll definitely have to step it up for his next run. Next coming up is going to be Masafumi Watanabe in his JZX 110 Mark II.
The only JZX 110 out here, so those of you who like those big body 4-doors right there.
He's with Love Cut Team TCS Boom Factory 23. Coming up here into 3-2-1, initiating into 3-2-1 right here. Missing outer zone 1 right there, but let's see if he can get it back together into inside clip 1 right here. Whipping back around to outer zone 2. Those outer zones are killing him right now. He needs to pick it up right here, coming in outer zone 3 and finishing off into inside clip 2. Ooh, hugging it real tight right there to finish.
Man, he shallowed up pretty hard at the end. That I'm not going to say that was a very clean run. And yes, you know, the track condition is very hard to predict, I believe. But let's go ahead and check this out where not so much angle, not so much commitment going to outside zone 1. Misses that, misses into inside clip 1 by a little, misses outside zone 2 by a good amount. Kind of gets closer right there to outside zone 3. But very wobbly. I would say that he isn't fluid. He's not so fluid throughout the track too. So this is going to be a tough scoring for him.
And if you focus into inside clip 2, there's that wall that protrudes out. That's already claimed about 2 to 3 bumpers in the last 2 days. So hopefully, like you were saying to me earlier, Robbie, that if you take a wider approach, you could definitely hit that inside clip solid.
Yeah, it's the way.
I think Hibino's the one that did that one too.
Yeah, so it's the way that you tackle the whole track from the outside zone 1 all the way through. It's almost like there's one perfect line to go through there, but here you go, 65 points.
Not bad from the...
Yeah, but you know what? He got a score, so that's all I got to say.
Not bad for the online judges that we have.
Oh, nice.
They had some good 67,
yeah, 67
so not bad.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
But there we are right there.
All right, so yeah, let us know what you think as well. We'll be doing what we can since we are here live. And also, like I said, we have our other judge from the USA right now. Ryan Lantain is joining us remote.
So here we are, number 37, Katsuhiro Meguro in his JZX 100 Mark II, coming up the stretch right here into 3-2-1. Nice flick into outer zone 1 right there, coming into inside clip 1, hugging that inside clip 1 right there. And nice start into outer zone 2. Dipping a little bit of a tire out on the outside part of it, but look at him right there. Definitely showing that this course is not that bad.
Wow, that was actually a pretty clean run, I think. I mean, that was a very nice run by Meguro here. Let's go ahead and go over that one more time. Right here, coming up the straight. Let's see how close he gets. Look at that. He does ride a lot of the outside zone. Doesn't fill the whole thing, but gets pretty close to the outside all the way. And right there, looks like he's riding the outside line on the outside zone too. Knocks over the cone, but that's okay. His tire was in the hash mark right there for outside zone 3 as well, which is pretty close to the wall. And it looks like he makes a tight line around inside clip 2. So I would say fairly,
not bad at all.
Yeah, especially under this condition. Looks like he was, how can I say, that was like better than average kind of a run. So I'm excited to see what kind of score he's going to be getting.
But yeah, you can see in the distance right there. So the pits are at the very end. You can see all the tents set up. Maybe we'll get some footage on there later. There you go, 82 right there.
82 points. That's a good start for him, you know. It's like my voice just cracked, but
it's okay. You're excited.
Yeah, it's that's a pretty good run by Meguro. So let's see how far he's going to go for his second run, and if he can better that. So, all right. So the next driver up is car number 408, Shoya Saito. He's I think he's like 18 or 19 or
19,
something. Yeah, 19 years old.
But yeah, he's now driving his dad. So his dad was the one in the A90 Supra.
Yeah, with
Shinichi
the car guy
Saito.
racing, yeah.
So he's with the car guy racing. This is actually his dad's old car, 3.1 liter, 2J powered, 180SX coming up right here in the outer zone 1. Definitely making a better approach than he did during practice. Coming inside in clip right here, outer zone 2. Nice approach into outer zone 2. Needs to get a little deeper in there right there, but he's coming into outer zone 3, riding that wall. Finished off a little deep in inside clip 2 right there, but definitely a lot better than he did earlier. And, you know, he's starting to really understand this car more and more every event we get to. Further on in the events we get to.
Yeah, I would say that was a very safe run by Saito, but actually not too bad because he does put a score on the board right there. But tries to fill outside zone 1, outside zone 2. And kind of gets closer there by the wall. Looks like he does make a tight line around inside clip 2. So
that's the thing for those of you that don't know. So he was driving an S15 last year, powered by an SR and everything. It's a lot less than what he's dealing with now. Now he's dealing with 900 horsepower, 2J, big turbo in this chassis. So
yeah.
It's definitely different for him. He's he's improving. You can see the improvement.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting more comfortable every round. So. All right. So, any predictions here? No.
We got mid 70s going, mid to high 70s.
Yeah. So let's see. There's no wind.
It's very unfortunate. There's no crowd. It's kind of like too calm here. There you go, 77. Actually, wow. That's a good call by everybody out there.
All right, so I quit now because everybody does better than me. So
you should just.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. Goodbye.
There you go. Text at this number the scores, and we'll get the average. There you go.
Here you go. Car number 283, Tsubasa Takizawa. He is driving the Zeknova Japan and Superstar Channel JZX 100 Mark II. I think he wasn't around. He didn't come to the Sugo round. I think.
No, he wasn't.
I think he missed him. So, but he's back.
Back and ready to go. Here he is coming up the strip to the 3-2-1 cone. Nice early initiation right there. See if you can flick a little harder into outer zone 1. Coming into inside clip 1 here. Transitioning over to outer zone 2. Not quite in outer zone 2 right there. Definitely a struggle for a lot of these drivers currently getting into that deep into that outer zone 2. But here he is finishing off, dipping a little bit of the tire into that inside clip 2.
All right, I don't think we mentioned this, but I'm the angle judge this time. Yuji Yamamoto is the style judge, and Ryan Lantain is doing the line judge right now remotely. And I would have to say that overall, not too much angle by Takizawa. He misses out zone 1 completely. Tight line on inside clip 1. Misses outside zone 2 pretty well. Pretty well. It's not a good way to say it, I guess. And very shallow right there through outside zone 3 as angles. So not a whole lot of excitement in his driving. Very, very laid back, I would say, for his first run. But maybe that is his strategy, where he wants to make sure that he puts down a score.
Yeah, it was a very, like you said earlier, safe. And I feel like a lot of these drivers for these initial run is going to be safe because of the conditions of the track and because of just getting actually points on the board. They don't want to leave with a goose egg.
Yeah, and now, I mean, you're seeing a lot of 60s and 70s right now where you never, there you go, it's a 68. Yeah, so there's a lot of runs where, you know, a lot of people are sitting in the 70s area where that could be anywhere. I don't know where the bubble is at for, you know, not qualifying for 32, and you definitely don't want to do that. And now this is car number 330. Shigehisa Sasayama with the Team M2 Racing JZX 100 Chaser. This is quite of a veteran as a driver, but at the same time, he hasn't been being able to compete his fullest in FD Japan. So let's see how he's going to do here this weekend.
And here he is right here, coming into outer zone 1, trying to get real deep into outer zone 1 there and holding it off and coming into inside clip, not back to inside clip 1. And here he is, once again, not being able to quite drag all the way into outer zone 2. But able to get a little bit into outer zone 3 to finish off strong here inside in cut 2 right there. That outer zone 2 definitely is a struggle for a lot of these drivers. And I don't know if it's the intimidation of the initial wall right there because they're flicking into the wall or what it is.
I think it is, but I think because of the weather, and he has his wipers on obviously, and there's probably rain there, he actually feels outside zone 1 pretty well, but not with crazy amount of angle. Misses inside clip a little bit. Doesn't feel outside zone 2 as well, but overall kind of shallow because of probably the track surface condition right now. So I think he's doing the best he can with what he's got right now. But I would say the kind of a safer run, but looks like he was good on the outside zone 1. He got a little closer to the outside, so
it's the story of today, playing it safe pretty much.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go, 78. $78 for him right there. So next at the line is going to be number 963, Daichi Mizutani, in his S15 with Mizutani Motors.
Motor Show Racing VL. I think he's gotten his car 2JZ swap last event, and I don't remember him performing as well as he probably would be. So let's see how he's going to do this weekend, and show us what he's got with that new motor.
Here he is right here, coming in outer zone 1. Kind of very laid back flick into outer zone 1 there. Coming in outer zone 2, deeper, but coming out a little bit early out of outer zone 2. Let's see if he can come into outer zone 3 pretty well.
Oh.
But looks like he's having a little bit of struggle transitioning from outer zone 3 to inside clip 2 there. Usually we're used to seeing them just throttling all the way through, come into that finish line.
Yeah, yeah, once again, it's probably the weather maybe, but a very low energy run by Mizutani. Right there. He keeps it tight on the first in clip. Kind of leaves outside zone 2, just like you said, a little early. There's a little bobble there going from outside zone 3 to inside clip 2, so. But I don't believe that that was his best run, I would say. That was like more, I mean, I don't want to sound, you know, like a poo-poo head.
Sound mean.
Yeah, I don't want to sound mean, but it seems like everybody's been kind of really taking it easy this past
there we go,
runs.
76. Hey, but let's get through these first runs and let's see what they're going to show for their second run.
Yeah.
They can throw down scores all day long, play it safe. You know, we'll get past this. But for y'all out there, I know y'all want to see something more exciting, more dramatic, you know, crazy flicks, crazy entries, and crazy transitions. But you know, I guarantee they're just playing it safe because of the conditions, and then they're going to come back with fire and show us what we want to see.
We don't want fire.
Well, I'll take some fire.
That's unsafe.
So next at the line right there, you can see is number 168, Masayo Minoa in the Heyman TM Labo JZX100.
It should be a Hey woman.
That's true. But she is the only female driver we have out here in Japan.
Yeah.
So let's see what she's going to throw down, how she's going to hold down. Coming into the 3-2-1, and here she comes, coming in outer zone 1. Ooh, nice and deep there in the outer zone 1. Let's see what she's going to do here to finish off and see if she can get all the way into outer zone 2. And look at that, all the way back. Kind of dipping in a little early from there, but trying to ride that wall early on. And here she is coming to outer zone 3. Beautiful job in the outer zone 3, and here she is finishing off strong and just making it into inside clip 2 there. But she came with a little bit of fire there coming to inside, outer zone 1.
From what I see, I'm going to have to go ahead and see the replay again, but from what I see right now on the outside zone 1, it looked like she did run the outside line. She knocked over the last cone on the 3-2-1 cone right here. Let's see how close she got on the line. One tire off, but it looks like she got back in, tried to fill zone as much as possible. A little bit of room right there at inside clip 1. I would say not a very spiky, and the transitions weren't super quick, but at the same time, she's trying to run the proper line that she's supposed to be on. Not a whole lot of angle, but just enough for her to get by. So I'm pretty sure that was good enough to put herself into a very comfortable score right now. But the line looked like, the outside zone 1 was pretty impressive, because I thought she was going to almost get into, the sponge barriers.
Yeah, I thought she was able to finish off outer zone 2, but she rode that wall. There he is, 77. She rode the wall, but then kind of dipped a little out early on it.
And I would say that that's the part that you can impress the line judge by going to the outside a lot. The angle, since I'm the angle judge, I would have to see how much angle they can throw, or what is the most possible angle they could throw at each outside zones and in clips. The style judge is actually seeing the excitement and the fluidity and the commitment of, how the driver is. So, like I said right now, it's not super exciting. Everybody's just kind of playing it safe, and that's probably why the style score is not really getting any higher either.
But here we go at the start is the number 7, Juneji Yamamoto, in his 5X 2J powered FD right here. FDRX7, he's making about 800 horsepower coming up the zone to a 3-2-1 right here. He was throwing, earlier he was throwing crazy angle. Look at that, you can see his tires right there, just full 90 degrees.
Yeah, that was a weird initiation because it
might have a little bit of issue. It might have snapped. Maybe that's not supposed to be 100% 90 degrees. Oh, nope, looks like we're good. Looks like he was just stuck at full lock. But very unfortunate for him to spin out there. And actually last event, he wasn't able to make it. He had mechanical issues during practice and he had to leave. And I know he's trying to catch himself back here for this round.
Yeah, and the first run he got a incomplete, which is going to be a setback because he's going to have only one chance to get a scored run, which is going to be able to put him into the top 32. Hopefully he can, but for those of you Rotary fans, yes, that's a 2J, not a Rotary in that RX-7, so you got to do what you got to do to get out here, right? To make the right amount of power and stuff like that. It's different kind of styles and different kinds of builds, but which makes it interesting,
And I can't say reliability because we do have rotaries out here, so
yeah, and they're running great.
I'm not talking on those terms. But here we are. Next at the line is going to be number 73, Ikuo Saito, in his West Auto with good ride JZX100 Chaser.
Yeah, speaking of rotary. The drivers that aren't here, one of the drivers that aren't here because of the whole COVID is Mad Mike Widet. He won the championship, and it was a 4-rotor. So
that was a mean car, though.
Yeah, you can't say that rotaries aren't or are reliable or not. But let's go ahead and talk about this 2J that's packed under Saito's car. Earlier, it sounded like it was popping on the straightaway. So let's see if he can figure everything out.
Yeah, he's still ripping through gears here, coming into 3-2-1 in the outer zone 1, trying to get real deep in the outer zone 1, but really dipped out early on that, coming into inside clip 1. Let's see what he's going to do here for outer zone 3. Better stay all the way back, but dipped out a little early on that too. So he's being real early on all these zones, leaving them real early, but trying to get a run down for first qualifying run of the day.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, you know, the angle, since I'm looking at just the angle portion of it, looks like the car is wavering a lot because of the track condition. I can't even see I guess it's still sprinkling. It is drizzling a little bit. Everybody's got their wipers on, but here you go. He doesn't fill outside zone 1, misses in clip 1 by a little bit, doesn't fill outside zone 2 all the way. He kind of leaves it halfway. And right there, that's the hard part by the wall. He gets pretty close to the wall right there, but not at a high rate of angle, and finishes off the track fairly well. But I would have to say it's very, very similar runs that I've been seeing for the past couple of cars. So I'm just guessing that it's probably going to end up being somewhere in the same range. There you go.
72, so not bad for those trying to throw judging out there.
Dude, you guys are good. Like, seriously, we're out of a job.
They're just showing how easy your job is, I think.
All right, so this is car number 5, Tomoki Tanaka. He is with the V-Style Good Ride with Tetsujin JZX 100 Chaser. I think he drove a Corolla a couple weekends ago at a small competition and he won or something. So let's see.
Here he is.
That confidence is here with his JZX.
Packed with his 2J coming in. Look at that nice ride into outer zone 1, coming into inside clip 1, taking that nice approach, and let's see if he can flick here and stay all the way back. Looks like he's riding that fine edge of outer zone 2 into outer zone 3. Beautiful job in outer zone 3. Just clipped that wall right there with his wing. It's insane right there.
Well, it started off being slow paced, but it ended up very fairly well, I think. Well, angle-wise, it looks like he was kicking out enough throughout all the outside zone 1 or outside zones and in clips. Look at that. He is right on the edge where the bumper is where it counts. Super close to the inside clip 1. Makes it all the way out to the outside zone 2. That bumper is hovering over that line. He almost goes off course, but doesn't. A little shallow through outside zone 3, but I think he gets pretty close to that wall. And nice angle going through the last in clip. Very subtle run, but like I said, it's not exciting, but it looks like it's very closer to perfection. He was going to make sure that he was on the right line, trying to throw them enough amount of angle. The rest of it's all up to the style judge too. So
yeah, he definitely was riding those lines a lot better than what we've seen earlier, but like you said, not bad at all. There you go, you can see the incline. So yeah, that incline is actually pretty intense.
Yeah, it is. Later on, oh, there you go. See, there you go.
Our points lead right now with an 88.
Yeah, look at that. The line judge, 29 points. So that was pretty much almost a perfect line score because he did get close to the in clips. He ran the outside line on the outside zones.
So next we have number 25, Masataka Kawashima here in his Team M2 Racing GR Yaris, powered with a 2J, pushing roughly around 800 horsepower. This is the one that he debuted last event. Took him about 4.5 months to get built, and he's been killing it. He clipped the wall earlier, like I'm talking nearly clipping. Look at that right there. Beautiful job coming into outer zone 1, and here he is transitioning over to outer zone 2. Dipped a little bit of the tire out on the backside right there, but coming into outer zone 3 and definitely throwing a run down. Not bad considering how he was doing at Sugo, trying to get a better feel of the car.
Well, as the angle judge right now, I didn't think he was going to be able to hold it at outside zone 2 towards the end. I thought he's going to start spinning, but he didn't. He held it. So let's go ahead and check this out. Good amount of angle going through outside zone 1. A little bit of space right there, outside zone 2 and inside clip 1. But yeah, I think the line was really awkward going to outside zone 2, and he almost did spin. But the beginning of the outside zone 2, he actually wasn't into full counter, so he actually gained more angle going through there. So, but
yeah, during practice, I've seen his transition from inside clip 1 to outer zone 2. He struggled to either get all the way through, or he'll hit the first half or the back half, or vice versa. So definitely getting a better understanding and control of this track and the vehicle itself. But
yeah, it looks like the rain's coming down again. But you know what? I'd say that it's probably better for the drivers for it to be fully wet. But here you go. That's a 76 by Masataka Kawashima in his brand new, well, the debut last time at Sugo.
Still new.
GR Yaris. But yeah, very nice job by Kawashima. Let's see how he's going to do for the second run. And at the line, we have Yasuhiro Takaki.
No, it's not Takakaki.
It's not Takakaki, it's Takaki. Yeah. He is in his T-square with DGR. Good ride, 180SX.
It's just an ongoing joke because I keep messing his name up. I add a little extra syllable in there, but he's got it's SR powered, 2.1, about 550 under the hood, so.
You know what? This rain is actually coming down harder, and this might be something that he wanted, because you know the car doesn't make like a crazy amount of horsepower.
Now he's got like 750, 800.
Yeah, now he just gained about 200 horsepower right there. That's called natural additive horsepower when it's called water.
Very cheap.
Very cheap, exactly. You can find it everywhere.
And here he is coming up this hill into the 3-2-1.
Whoa.
Nice early initiation. See if he can hold that all the way through. Oh, nice job coming into outer or inside clip 1 here. Trying to flick back to outer zone 2, riding that wall right there. Holding it. Oh, dip it a little bit. See if he can hold it all the way through. Ooh. Definitely struggled there coming out of outer zone 2, taken away out of this momentum that he had from the start in outer zone 1. So he had some really good momentum coming all the way through, but right there at that apex of that outer zone 2 definitely hurt him.
As the angle judge, I think that was a very nice rate of angle at outside zone 1. He threw a lot of angle at inside clip 1, and outside zone 2, if he could have held that, that would have been a better score for him as the angle judge. But look at that. Looks like he's full counter almost, or getting close to full counter. Good enough angle going through there in clip 1. Nice switchback right there, but right there he almost loses it and kind of plays it off right there. So that's going to hurt the style score right there, because that's kind of a stall for him. But it looks like he makes the outside line on the outside zone 3, and nice angle going through that in clip 2.
Man, that would have been hard to hold right there if it was dry out. So I think the rain played in his favor for him. Here we are. Let's see what the score is going to be for him.
Of Takakaki. Yeah, like I said.
Let's see what he's going to throw down and get for his score for his first run. But hey, that's almost like a, you know, it keeps everybody intrigued on what his actual name is, so I think he should thank me. There you go, 80. And you know what, speaking of struggling with names and everything, you know, I gotta say thank you to the Formula Drift Japan family. You know, this is actually my anniversary track. It's my 1 year.
Hey, high five.
If you didn't hear the high five.
Yeah.
So yes, I want to thank them, and I'm glad I'm here, and it's an awesome experience. So here we are, enough of that. Number 19's at the start line, ready to go. Yoichi Yamagai in his perfect style with good ride. S15, Sylvia, Monster 2J, roughly 800 horsepower. Let's see who's going to throw down. Rolling with a mean angle kick, coming in right here into 3-2-1. Outer zone 2, right in that deep edge of outer zone 2 right there, or outer zone 1 coming into inside clip 1. I keep talking about outer zone 2, so that's probably why I kept talking about it. But there he is right here, coming into outer zone 3, right in that wall. Oh! And trying to hold all the way through to this inside clip 2 right there. And it's so hard to get crazy hype because I know he can throw down some crazy, dynamic, insane momentum runs, but here we are with the rain, and that kind of, you know, dampers the mood and dampers the runs.
Yeah, I mean, speed difference, obviously. There is some speed difference right there. Oh.
If you could still hear us.
Oh,
there we are. There you go.
Yeah.
Almost went to
just
commercial
wanted to
break.
check
Not
out
just
that
yet,
girl
yeah.
on the commercial. She's just chilling over there. She's waiting for her turn, but it's not commercial time yet. But there you go. This is Andrew Gray waiting for, this is Andrew Gray waiting for his turn. But let's go back to Amagai's run. That was a pretty nice run. And I got to say, a lot of these guys are kind of getting saved by the wet because they tend to grip their cars too much. They can't kick that much angle. But it looks like the wet surface is kind of letting them go. And it has a good flow there. Like, look at that nice angle by Amagai right there. It gets really close to the inside clip. Doesn't fill outside zone 2 the perfect way, but he does it good enough right there. Knocks over the second cone on the outside zone 2, gets fairly close to the outside zone 3, and throughout the whole time, the surface is really hard to drive on because he looks like he's slightly wavering here and there, but a good enough amount of angle throughout the track.
So the fans are saying mid 80s, high 80s, so we'll see what the judges have for him. This is a struggle, though, right here, especially from yesterday to today with this weather. You're dealing with the weather, and we're up here in the mountains. We're pretty high up, but we're about an hour away from, like, the actual town,
Yeah,
right?
you know, I want to talk about, you know, just tire smoke and all this craziness because, I mean, every round has been like this. We're talking about rough track surface and conditions, you know. It's a bummer, but, dude, yeah, look at that. I quit.
Hey, I already deemed this 2021 season as the wet season.
It's the wet season.
The wet and wild season.
And this is the last season I'm going to be doing this because you guys are going to be taking over because it looks like you guys know what kind of score. And there's 3 of us counting 1 score each. You guys are actually tallying all 3.
Just
so that's a pretty good
up.
job. Yeah, that's a good job.
But like Robbie said earlier, at the line right now is going to be number 100, Andrew Gray, in his Team Cosmo with Power Vehicles Lexus RC. Beautiful car.
Yeah.
He actually was one of the victims that nicked the wall at that inside clip 2.
Yeah,
right
when he was leaving, out of the.
But look at that. The car
horseshoe
still
area.
looks beautiful. It's like nothing phased it. So.
Yeah, so let's see what the 4-time champion can do right here.
Here he is coming up to 3-2-1. Coming pretty aggressive here in the outer zone 1. Let's see if he can hold it all the way through to outer zone. Coming into outer zone 2 here after this flick. Here he is right here, filling that zone all the way to the finish of it. Coming into outer zone 3. Let's see if he can get this wall. See how close he's going to get to this wall right here. And there he is. Ooh, just barely missing his wing right there on that wall. Finishing off strong. Hey, you know what, though? For those of you who don't remember last time, congratulations on their new baby. Looks like he didn't lose too much sleep because that wasn't too bad for him.
Yeah, so I know he's taking it easy because it is a wet surface. That's a big, heavy car for him. So he's taking it easy right there. But the rate to angle, not so good on the outside zone, but he does feel the outside zone 1, inside clip 1, outside zone 2. He knows what he has to do to get a good line score because this is something that he's attacking, I believe. Not a whole lot of angle throughout the track and not very smooth either because of the wet track surface condition. But it looks like that's a score right there for him. And that might be good enough to put him into the top 32 already. So maybe he's going to come in harder on the second run.
For sure. And like you were saying, with the breakdown of the score, so it's 30 for line, 30 for angle, and then 40 for style. And it's an equation that some of these drivers actually break down where their strengths and weaknesses are, especially.
There you go.
There you go, 84. Especially when it comes to these different zones. Some of these zones are stronger for them than
as
others.
you can see, dissect the score, look at that line score. He got a 28. He pretty much put his car where it has to be. Not a whole lot of angle, not with a crazy amount of style, but he did an average job for those 2, which got him an 80-something point run, 84-point run. So this is something to think about. You know, like you said, there's goods and bads in each driver and what they can and strong and what they're weak on, you know. So you got to actually calculate that and do the best you can.
Next coming up this strip is going to be number 23, Yuji Saito in his
VR.
Team Next Dream with Total Car Shop Glitter. Like he said, just said, with the VR 38. Beautiful job in the outer zone 1. Here he is coming inside clip 1 and transitioning over to outer zone 2 right here. Holding that e-brake pretty long time holding that e-brake in the outer zone 2. But let's see what he's going to do to finish off right here. If he's going to throttle through and show us this commitment that we need to see here into the finish. Seemed pretty safe. I was expecting more throttle, but you know, it was pretty safe. It was a run. He was in the zones. But let's see what these judges have for him. Here's the replay.
All right, so like I said, very similar to how Andrew Gray did earlier. I think he is going for the line right there. Doesn't throw a crazy amount of angle. Doesn't do anything crazy style-wise. But he does fill the outside zone 1. Misses inside clip 1 by a little bit. Tries to keep his car outside on the outside zone 2. Does a good job towards the end of that zone. And tries to get as close as possible right there by the wall, which is, you know, very hard. But at the same time, I think it makes it easier when it's wet for some of these drivers. So not a bad job by Saito. I know that engine is probably being used. Only 20% of what it's capable of is a VR38. So pretty sure everybody's waiting for the sun to come out. But for now, he does have to do score. He has to put down a score so he can make it into the top 32. But I believe that's going to be a decent run right there for Saito.
Yeah, and somebody was saying they're hearing a lot more announcers this time than they are cars. That's probably due to the fact that these guys aren't really being able to throw down because they really have to control these cars, especially through, like you said, this horseshoe situation. Here you go, 81 for him. Good job.
So there's an 81. So if you do, like this is the line judge, he's only off by 5 points. So if you do trace the line fairly well, you can actually get a decent score to make it into the top 32. So that's something to think about for all the drivers. But speaking of which, the next driver right there is everybody's favorite, Fausto Yukio, go Brazil. That's the...
We've been seeing it nonstop in the live chat with the Brazilian flag. So yes, once again, we say it every single time because he tells us every single time he appreciates his fans out there. He appreciates Brazil, and he, you know, much love to all y'all out there. So let's see what he's going to throw down for us because he said he was coming out with some fire. So
there
555,
yep.
Yukio Fausto.
Side X Japan with sideways experience, S15.
There he is right here with aggression into outer zone. Look at that, real deep. Look at that outer... Here he is in inside clip,
angle.
coming into outer zone 2 right here. Look at him holding it all the way around. Whoa! Finishing off right there, coming into outer zone 3, and right here, right in that wall. Finishing off strong with all that throttle and kick right here in the inside clip 2. Good job by Yukio Fausto. That was beautiful.
Wow, that was a very impressive run. Like I said, it's wet, so it doesn't look fast, but he had a lot of, how can I say it?
Dynamic.
Yeah, it was very, yeah.
The thing is he showed commitment. He throttled. He just kept throttling through. He knew how to control his car in the situations that he was in.
Yeah, look at that. Almost full lock coming out of outside zone 1. He nicks that first go. Look at that. Full lock right there, inside clip. Boom, switch back. Gets right back on gas. Barely makes it inside outside zone 2. So he's like right on the outside line. Not super deep on angle right there, but he makes it all the way out to the outside zone, and boom, right there. A lot of angle going through inside clip 2. That was a pretty beautiful run by
first run
Fausto
right there,
yeah. And the track condition right now, it's wet.
And I know he's making up for what happened that last round, so we were expecting nothing but the best out of him. There he is right there, 90R points leader. Congratulations, Yukio Fausto, on that 90 run right there. But, you know, I'm expecting a little bit more out of you, you know.
Hey, wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, there was a... Hold on one sec.
Hold on, we got guys running back and forth back here. So if you obviously can't see because the camera's not on, but they're running around back and forth, so let's see.
All right, guys, we got some news right there. The line score was actually not input correctly, so he got a 94. Instead of a 25-point run for his line, he got a 29 for line, so that was basically a 94.
So what is it, fat-fingered?
Yeah, I think he got fat-fingered. Our boy right here, Gary McQueen, might have to blast him because he did not input the line score.
It's all good.
So before we roast him right now, we're going to go ahead and go on a short break, and we'll be right back.
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブン。
やる横浜やる
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。 Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, bounty.
冬の運転心配ねあれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がるちゃんと止まる高い安全性能を発揮
アイスカードセブンにしようセブンセブンセブンやる横浜やる
革新のカーボンベゼル Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオMade in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
And here we are back at Okuibuki for the G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan Round 4 here in the Shiga Prefecture. You could see all that crazy rain, but, you know, those of you that just joined us, you missed an amazing run.
Yeah, the 94-point run by Yukio Fausto was very impressive, especially in the wet. I would have to say he was carrying a lot of angle. His line was nearly perfect. So I'm excited to see what he's going to lay down for the second run.
But we're going to clear the air. Gary explained to us that he purposely did that to, you know, put suspense out there like, oh, he got a 90, oh, good job, good job. But then it's like, no, he got a 94 to hype y'all up even more. So that's the real story behind it.
No, the real story was just the communication error right there. So he did deserve that. Well-deserved point for Yukio Fausto. And let's go ahead and move on to the other runs, the last half of the #1 runs that they have for the qualifier right here with Yoshia Esaki in his Origin Labo Racing S15 Silvio.
Here he is. This is the one that we were talking about. He got a little bit more horsepower out of it. He's got an SR, a little less than 450, like 430, I think he was saying. Here he is coming into outer zone, or inside clip 1 to outer zone 2. And look at that, nice job coming into outer zone 2. Little bit, dipped a little bit of a tire out there, but still beautiful job. Coming into outer zone 3. And you can see right there the rain, you know, definitely affecting the drive of these vehicles going from outer zone 1 to outer zone 2 to outer zone 3 right there.
Yeah, so I would say the run by Esaki right here was very smooth. Maybe the rain matches the amount of horsepower that he has on his car. Misses the in clip 1 right there by a good amount, but he does throw a pretty good amount of angle throughout the track. Barely stays within the track on outside zone 2, but does not go off course. Gets closer to the wall right there, and a good amount of angle going all the way from outside zone 2 to in clip 2. So I would say that was a very good job by Esaki. Very smooth run under this bad condition of rain. But I would still have to say, compared to the run that we just had right now, the excitement level, let's say, the staying on the edge, the verge of, you know, I think the commitment level was like not as high, I would say, but I would say that was a very fluid run by Esaki. So
not bad for a first run. There you
go,
go, 81.
There you go. Well-deserved 81 point. That will put him in a good spot probably for the top 32. Moving on to the second run. Hopefully he does something to better that 81 point for a second run.
But next coming up is going to be number 444, Takatoshi Imamaida, in his 5X tire Navigate Penske KRC S14.
So I think this is packed with the Jay-Z as well. This guy's an exciting guy to watch, but he is almost dangerous to see because he kind of pushes. Yeah, he pushes it over the edge sometimes. So let's see what he's going to do right here for his first run on the qualify.
So like you said, it is packed with a 2J, pushing about a 745 horsepower is what he was telling me. Coming into outer zone 1, looks like he was pretty safe there in outer zone 1. Wanted to make sure he got all and as much as he could in outer zone 1. Here he is coming in outer zone 2. It looks like he's holding that e-brake for a while, coming in outer zone, trying to fill that whole line right there into outer zone 3, and right in that wall, just grazing the wall all the way through to outer zone 3 with a nice finish there.
Once again, a very smooth run. There were parts of the track where he was a little unstable because it's probably the wet condition. But right there, a reverse flick going into outside zone 1 fills outside zone 1 fairly well. Makes it around inside clip 1.
I want to see right here,
right on the line right there. But
I want to see right here,
wobble.
This outer zone right here. Look
Yeah,
at
he
this. He
was
just rides
very
that
close
wall.
on the outside. Yeah, the outside zone 3. He was very close to that wall. And that was a lot of angle going through there too, which you don't see so much outside zone 3.
And yes, due to the weather, obviously, that's the reason why we're not getting any drone footage. So that's very unfortunate we don't have it. But there you go, 81 for him. Y'all can agree with me. Drone footage is probably the best footage you can see, especially whenever it's the layout of the course and how they lay themselves in the zones.
Yeah, and right there, the style judge is not as high as how some of the other runs were, but I would believe that he got point stocked because there was a lot of e-braking and a lot of adjustments and not as smooth as it's supposed to be where he was carrying it through, especially around outside zone 2. That's where it was saw a lot of bobble when he was coming out of the zone as well. So, but that's still an 81 point. You want to be in the 80s to be kind of in the safe zone right now, I guess. But hopefully he can do a better job for his second run or better his score for the second run. And let's go ahead and go on to the next driver.
So the next driver is going to be number 99, Kazuya Matsukawa, in his Hiroshima Toyota Team Droopy AE85 Terreno. With a 1GR, pushing like, what, 950 it looks like? Looks like they're waiting. Looks like they're waiting.
That's a nice car there. I mean, oh, I'm sorry. Is it transparent or no?
But
he is actually not at the start line.
There's our. Well, he just came off the screen. Toughing out the weather for us out there at the start line. So yeah, so they actually, Team Droopy actually showed up this morning, so they didn't get any practice time in yesterday during the rain, so they were driving all through the dry weather this morning. So this would be the first experience he had at a wet course. And looks like, I don't know if he's going to be able to make it. So we're finding out right now what's the situation. And you can see right there how they widen the course. Brand new pavement. So they're still figuring out. But yeah, this is the view. If you look up that hill right there, that's actually where the lodge is, for where the ski trainers usually stay at. That's where we're, bunking up right now. Beautiful facility, but like Robbie was saying earlier, this place features more than just drifting. It's got bike races also.
All right, so unfortunately, I just got the news right now that car number 99, Kazuya Matsukawa, is not going to be running his first run. So that's going to be an incomplete, obviously, because he's not going to be running. So no score for him. I don't know what the problem is, but most likely they're probably going to go for that second run to get a score to make it into the qualify. So
moving on, it's going to be number 53, Mitsunori Yoshimura in his Team Mori S15. Looks like he's going to go ahead and scrub his tires. But like I was saying before, Okuibuki, yes, it is primarily a ski, snowboard resort, but they also, on the off seasons, have like Gymkhana races. They have obviously drifting, because that's what we're here for today. Bike races, and it's actually a JAF approved course.
Wow, you know a lot more than I do every round. Like, seriously.
Robbie forces me to do homework.
I don't force him to do anything.
What you guys have to realize is, so Robbie and I both drive to every single event, wherever it's at. I think our next event's going to be our longest. It's like 8.5 hours away.
Let's not talk about that right now because I don't want to think about it.
Oh, mind you, and he drives the whole time.
Yeah.
That's the best part. Like, I'm just
We got VIP right here. Mr. Kenny's too good to drive for me, so.
I don't know. I think it's.
Please comment and tell Kenny to drive so I can
kind
of take a break. Yeah, exactly. So I could take a break sometimes too.
For those of you that don't realize, he is an ex-pro driver, yet he can still drive very well. So I think he's better and well-equipped to do that job.
I think it doesn't take a pro driver or ex-pro driver to drive on the expressway. But let's go ahead and get back into the competition. It looks like car number 99, Kazuya Matsukawa, is out for the first run, and car number 53, Mitsunori Yoshimura, just left the start line.
And here he is coming into the 3-2-1, bringing some heat right here in the outer zone 1 right now.
Oh.
Woo! Real deep in outer zone. Oh, and looks like he couldn't hold that all the way through. And, I thought he was going to be able to hold it, too.
Yeah, he was. I talked to him in the pits earlier yesterday, and he was like, "Oh, I wanted to rain. I wanted to rain." So he got his
wishes.
Yeah, he got his wishes. The wishes came true, but
I think that wall came up a little quick on him, and he kind of got hesitant on it, because that wall is pretty intimidating. Even though you have those foam barriers, it did take out the rear end of one of the vehicles early on.
Yeah, there was some close calls there too, going across the bridge. That was pretty close. I wish we had the camera rolling so we can have footages from that, but too bad for Yoshimura for his incomplete on his first run. That was like pretty much a spin at the outside zone 1. Hopefully he could put down a good enough score for the second run to make it to the top 32.
So right now, getting his tire scrubbed out, is going to be number 17, Jin Horino, in his Good Ride Team Tops Racing with Project Mu Tops S15. Powered by a 2J, but surprisingly, he said it's only like 580 horsepower or something out of his 2J, which I know y'all out there have seen well over, 1,000 horsepower ones. So.
Yeah, but you know what? Horsepower is nothing but a number. Pretty much it's all torque and how the power comes into the car. Because you can have a car that has...
It's setup and everything.
Yeah, if you have a 1,000 horsepower car and there's only like the useful 1,000 horsepower like in like 1,000 or 2,000 RPMs, it's useless, so...
But here he is coming up. He's been killing it all day yesterday and today with his practice run. And here he is coming with a nice initiation into outer zone 1. Nice job. Beautiful job by him coming into inside clip 1. Let's see this flick right here for the transition into outer zone 2. Ooh. Look at that. Nice placement into outer zone 2. Horino just doing a beautiful job coming into outer zone 3 and finishing off right now into inside clip 2. Beautiful job right there. Just clipping that inside cone right there. Wow. And you can see the background of Robbie going, ooh, ah, wow, ooh.
That's all I could say. I can't talk right now because I'm judging as I'm going. But, man, I would have to say that was a very good job, angled judge-wise, because very smooth throughout the outside zones and in-clip. Look at this. Nice commitment right there. Outside zone 1, almost full lock going through there. Nice angle right there inside clip. Nice switchback right there. And he tries to ride the outside line right there, outside zone 2. Does a good job through there. And look at that angle. There's not that many cars that goes through outside zone 3 with that much angle. And look at that full lock coming out of the bridge in the horseshoe. Nicks the front, the in-clip when he was coming out of the horseshoe. But I would have to say that was a pretty good run. Yeah, we were talking about that during practice, how much he stepped it up and how much he's killing it out here on the track. And, man, this rain is not letting up. But, hey. But it's okay. Let's keep it wet because now it's fair game for everybody. Yep. It's wet condition for everybody. I know the amount of wet has to do with a lot of it, but very good job. The amount of wet has Horino. A lot to do with it. But, hey, at least we're dry in this truck right now. So they got us in the back of one of the Formula Drift Japan trucks that haul all this equipment, all these banners. Yeah, I love this truck because it's awesome. It's a great view. I mean, there's a little bit of leakage right here, but and if the sun was out, they have a little shade that comes down. It's maybe we'll give you a tour later. Yeah, so if you want to see some, behind the scenes stuff, go ahead and check out. I do have a YouTube channel called Hey Man Robbie. Go check that out. And also, you can check out our Instagram. On Instagram is Robbie Nishida. And what's yours? Just like JZ _Kenji. So go ahead and check that out as well. Or just look up Kenny Harris. There you go. But no, for sure, thank you all out there supporting us, listening in, watching us live, because there are crazy hours. We'll talk probably a little bit more about it later whenever we have a lot more time. I'll give you the times for top 32, top 16 tomorrow. But we haven't even made it for first qualifying runs of the whole list, so I'm not even going to get there yet. We still got a lot of driving left. Looks like the scores are getting put in now into the main system, not the actual judges. So yeah, we already have. There we go, 90 point. Yep. So we put in our score and everything goes through the computer and they do all this stuff. So it takes a little bit of time. Sometimes it takes a little longer than the other. But don't blame the judges because we usually have our scores in pretty fast. Yeah. It goes through the system and the data and technology. Yeah, there's stuff. There's so much stuff behind the scenes, but let's not talk about that because it's going to be boring. But here we are. What's not boring is this guy, car number 33, Junya Ishikawa. He's also with
Hiroshima Toyota Team Droopy, so he's the other half. He's going to be driving this new 8.6, also powered by 1GR. Both cars are about 950 horsepower, but definitely has a facelift. But I know there's a lot of lovers of the AE85.
Yeah, and this car is not a 2JZ.
That's true.
It's got a V6 in it. And I am telling you, that's the next engine that's going to come up, all the V6s.
But it's jam-packed in there for sure. But here he is coming in to the 3-2-1. Let's see this initiation come into the outer zone 1 right here into this wall. Ooh, nice slide. Oh, looks like you got a cone. He kicked the cone out late right there in the outer zone 1, trying to hold it through. Switching back. Ooh, bogging down a little. See if he can hold it all the way through. And putting us in suspense that whole time in the outer zone 2 right there. It was very suspenseful. I wasn't sure if he was going to give up and spin out or if he was going to be able to hold it. It looks like he's going to finish his run right there. But definitely struggled coming into outer zone 2 like it sounded like he was in the wrong gear or something.
Yeah, that wasn't as exciting as how he usually drives. This wet condition is probably getting to him as well, but he looks like he's trying to find traction at the same time, trying to perform as well. Does an all right job on outside zone 1, but right there he does bobble coming out outside zone 1, which is going to hurt him probably on the style and the angle side of it. But he does run outside line outside zone 2. Almost comes to a stall, but I think it's just because of the surface, and he's trying to look for traction. Doesn't make it all the way out to outside zone 3. But it does look like, look at that, there's a lot of stalls here and there. He looks like he's not as smooth as he is usually, and it looks like he's struggling because of this climate change. So like we were talking about, I think these two teams, they actually came in late. They weren't able to make it to practice yesterday. Or was it yesterday? Oh,
I'm sorry, yesterday. So they showed up early this morning. They were the first team to show up this morning, offloaded, and they were ready to go. I don't even think they threw a lot of practice runs in either.
Oh, you know what? To be honest, I think that's his first time he drove in the wet today.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
In this track. So that's pretty impressive to be able to come out and just kind of do it, lay it down. He at least put a score down. It's not an incomplete. So hopefully we'll see some scores coming up right now.
There you go, 76.
Very, very safe job by Junya Ishikawa. He usually qualifies fairly high, but like we were just talking about him not being able to practice in the rain yesterday, and today this is the first time he probably drove in the wet.
And there you go, right there at the start, you can see 666, 666, Tsuchiyo Mano in his Charibo style with Vittor tire, 1 via.
Yeah, so Chadi is like a slang for bicycle, so yeah. Bicycle boy style, Chadi boy style. So let's see what his 1 via, his eyes look like it's mad, his headlights look like they're angry because they're facing that way, but let's see how he's gonna do right here.
There he is, coming into 3-2-1, early initiation right there, coming in outer zone 1. Nice job into outer zone 1, but let's see if he can get control of it right here from inside clip 1 to outer zone 2. Definitely able to get into outer zone 2 right there. Beautiful job coming into outer zone 3 and trying to hold that angle coming into inside clip 2 across the bridge right here. Ooh, and he was close right there on the inside clip 2.
Yeah, I would have to say the wet is probably getting to all these people, or the drivers right now, because of the smoothness and stuff like that. They have to, you know, really watch what they're doing because it looks like they have maybe a little bit too much grip going forward, and they don't want to kick the car out too much because they're scared, you know, they're going to lose it. But fairly smooth job by Mano right here in his 1 via. A lot of these drivers are really, really looking for traction in the wet, but it does look like it's heavily wet out there. So this is a fairly good job on the outside zones as well on the in clips. Let's see what his score is going to be like.
Sorry for the silence. We're just checking out the chat, seeing what's up, seeing what everybody's up to. Where's everybody watching from? It'll be like a 10-second delay. There you go, 82. That's actually not a bad score for that. So.
Yeah, so like I said, you know, he did tighten up the line.
So So can we say somebody fat fingered that one?
Yeah, somebody fat fingered that one because we weren't supposed to go to the short break. But let's go ahead and move on to the first run of car number 61, Kazuki Hayashi. He is in the Good Ride Works S15 Sylvia. This also has a 2J in it. A lot of power. Very, very experienced driver. It looked like he was killing it for practice too. So.
In a lot of locations here in the States.
Yes, thanks for watching. Yeah,
Canada,
you got India,
Ohio,
Norway,
Malaysia,
the United States, Brazil, Malaysia. Yeah, that's pretty cool. In Japan, Alaska. Here we go.
Hey, thank you all for watching. But here we go right here. Hayashi coming up into the 3-2-1 right here.
Ooh, coming in hot.
Here he is in outer zone 1. Nice job in outer zone 1, trying to get all the way back into outer zone as much as he can. Coming into the inside clip right there to transitioning into outer zone 2 here. And you can see right there that struggle that the rain is creating for these drivers, taking away their momentum, coming into outer zone 3. But here he is trying to throttle it all the way through into inside clip 2. And not a bad job right there, putting his car where he wanted it in all those zones.
All right, as of a angle judge, I would have to say that was kind of an average run. Let's say by angle. It wasn't super crazy or exciting, but it looks like he was trying to concentrate to keep the car where it's supposed to be, like the other drivers were, trying to keep it on line. Right there, tries to fill outside zone 1, kind of leaves it a little early. Doesn't hug inside clip 1 as well as he should be, but right here, looks like he makes his way to the outside of the outside zone 2 as much as possible. Rides the wall slightly there for outside zone 3. Not a whole lot of angle going through there, but a very safe run by Hayashi right here. And I'm pretty sure that everybody has in mind that they want to go ahead and lay down a solid score for the first run.
I'm pretty sure he's happy with that one, yeah.
Yeah, but very smooth. I would have to say
smooth.
Not twitchy at all. So very smooth run by a veteran.
Man, you know what, though? I'm changing the subject on you. Hands down, though, for those that are, viewing from, like, Brazil, UK area and stuff, it's like, what? It's like 4 in the morning or 4 or 5 in the morning in like the UK area, I believe.
Wow. Hey, I was up at 4.
Well, maybe they're getting up now, so I guess it's not too bad. But hey,
there you go.
83. But no, hands down to y'all out there that are staying up late or getting up early for us, and maybe you're not listening to us, maybe you're just muting us, which is cool too. But
no, that's not cool. No, just kidding.
yeah, it is. But here we are right here. Our next driver coming up is going to be number 80, Yuta Komatsu, in his Komatsu Racing IS 350. Beautiful car. Always love seeing this car out here. Powered with the 2J.
Yeah, so that's the second 2J powered Lexus out here, right? Because we got Andrew Gray's RC, and this is IS. This is obviously, the older model, but it's still a Lexus, so that's like a baller car.
Yeah, and he picked up Toyo tires, so here he is in some new tires coming into outer zone 1 right here.
Ooh, nice job.
Nice job right there. Look at them lights. Beautiful job right here. Coming into inside clip 1. Let's see this transition. Beautiful transition right there in the outer zone 2. Oh, but it might have been too much for him. Oh.
Wow.
Hey, I'm going to give him that, though. That's probably the hardest flick we've seen so far.
Yeah, I think he tried to impress the judges by doing a crazy flick right there, but a little too much
I want to see the
we
replay,
could handle, yeah. Yeah, so here we go. A good job by Yuta Komatsu until he did do the spin right outside zone 2. But look at that. Very clean. I guess he fills outside zone 1 fairly well, too. And nice angle right there in clip 1. Good line right there, too. But right there, the flick does a little bit too much. Looks like the car over-rotates a little bit more than he wanted it to. And he does spin out. So that is going to be an incomplete. But, I mean, running up to that mistake that he made, I think he did a good job.
Yeah, for sure. Very unfortunate. So, yes, he'll get an incomplete on that one, but he does have another run coming up here shortly. So next coming up at the line is a veteran, number 90, Shinji Minoa, in his Heyman TM Lambo Cylon Tires JZX90 Mark II. So if you don't know, he's he does Heyman products, angle kits, all that stuff. But this car is nothing new to him. It was actually supposed to be his car for FDUS last year, but unfortunately with COVID and everything, he wasn't able to make it. So car got shipped back here, and he's having issues with his JZX 100 that he had last year, and he debuted last year.
Yeah, so another exciting driver to watch right here. Let's see how he's going to conquer the wet. That's a lot of drag right there for the outside zone.
But here he is transitioning to outer zone 2 right here. See if he's going to hold it all the way through and see if he's going to put some throttle to this. Ooh, there he is, grinding right up against that wall right there, coming into inside clip 2 right there. I'm sorry I'm saying right there a lot. I need to kind of cut that out. But hey,
right there.
For some reason, yeah, like you said, he definitely held off on outer zone 1. I don't know if he misjudged the whole approach to it or what.
I like it when he puts it right there. Right there.
Right
But I would have to say not a high rate of angle right there. There's a lot of drag. He does make the outside zone 1, filled that zone. Good job on the angle and the line on the inside clip. He runs the outside line on the outside zone 2. I think a lot of these drivers just kind of concentrate. There you go. You saw the wing, the side part on the wing actually go over the wall there on outside zone 3. But I think a lot of these drivers actually go for a good line score before anything. I'm sorry, I was busy talking. I didn't even input my score. But yeah, as an angle judge, very shallow, but at the same time, it looks like he is running the outside line. So let's see what the line judge has to say with the score. But a lot of e-brake dragging right there for the first outside zone. He will have a score on there. Let's see, there you go, 83 points. Just as I said, the line score is almost perfect because he was running the outside zone. Very good job by Minowa. Hopefully they can step it up for the second run. There's a lot of drivers that I'm starting to see with the low 80 score, so it might be the bubble might be kind of higher now.
There it is. So next at the line is number 770, Yusuke Kusaba and his team Cusco Racing A90 Supra. He actually posted a video of last year and got to make me cringe on how bad I butchered his name. But hey, I said I'd give him, respect back. So here Kusaba is right now, coming into inside clip 1 here. He was killing it during the dry session, but let's see what he's going to do here in the wet session into outer zone 2, trying to get all the way out to outer zone 2 there and make the car perform the way he wants it to perform. There he is right there. Beautiful job into outer zone 3. Let's see how he's going to finish off here in the inside clip 2.
I know you're fighting the weather, but very unstable run by Kusaba. The car doesn't look too smooth, and I know it's very hard to control under these conditions. But let's go ahead and check this out. Kind of wavers to not a whole lot of angle going through outside zone 1, but does try to make it out to the outside zone 1. Doesn't fill the zone as well as he should be. Gets too close right there for inside clip 1, knocks that over, and misses outside zone 2, the beginning part of it. Tries to readjust his line, going to the end of outside zone 2. Clears outside zone 3 fairly well. And right there finishes off the run. So I would have to say not too clean of a run by Kusaba, wavering most of the time and not running a good amount of angle, I believe. So I think he's going for the same, trying to keep it within the track, trying to keep it as smooth as possible, but it looks like he's kind of a little wobbly because of the wet conditions.
There you go, 77. Not a bad job for you scoring out there.
Yeah, see, we can't even lie. Like, I mean, you guys already kind of know what the score is. So
sorry, I lost a little bit of connection there for the. We're out here in the middle of nowhere, and looks like the fog's coming a little lower. So hopefully it'll, hold up for us so we can get some.
Yeah, we're almost finishing up our first runs. We have about 8 more drivers to go, 7 more drivers to go.
But here we are at the start right now is going to be 808, Manabu Fujinaka in his TCP Magic Awa tire, good ride West Japan, FD3 Arc 7. 3 rotor. So he's staying traditional. He's had this car for a long time. He knows it very well. And look at this. He's coming in with some heat in outer zone 1. Beautiful job. Nice approach to outer zone 1 and getting the full effect of it. Coming into outer zone 2.
Whoa.
Here he is. See if he can hold through. Coming into outer zone 3 right here, trying to ride this wall as close as he can. And taking it to the finish right here into inside clip 2. But man, his approach was very mean.
Yeah, it was. He looked like he was coming in with a lot of heat. Not a high rate of angle in my eyes, but I think he was going for the similar run with the other guys that we have right now because it's heavy wet, and I think this driver hasn't got any runs in the wet as well because he sat out yesterday for practice because they had mechanical issues. But a good job as a first run in the wet. Right there, he flicks it really hard there. He loses a little bit of angle after he flicks it, but adjusts himself to get on the line. Almost has to make a huge correction there and straighten out almost. So that was kind of close, but he kept the car going, still in drift motion. I'm pretty sure that's what the style judge is going to have to dock him off of a couple of points for the bobble he had there, leaving outside zone 3. But I would have to say that was a very impressive run by Fujinaka, especially for it being, for his first run in the wet.
Yeah, like you said, so yes, he did have mechanical issues yesterday, so majority of the day his team was fighting to get the car up and running. They were waiting on parts. There you go, 80 right there. Looks like they were waiting for parts. They got him in this morning, threw it together, got a few good runs for the drive, but this is his first time in the wet.
See, and I would have to say, I think the rain actually helps out the drivers because it's not gripping too much, where they kind of get carried to the outside zone automatically because it's wet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's
depending
my
on
opinion,
how much momentum they're carrying. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's the
exactly.
thing. A lot of them are taken away from the momentum because of how tight this track is.
Yeah, speaking of momentum, there's a lot of momentum coming from this guy, car number 125, Yoshika Tamagawa in his car guy racing, JZ80 Supra. Everybody loves these Supras.
And here he is right now, just throwing it into outer zone 1 right there, dragging it all the way out to outer zone 1 right there. And man, he could have probably dragged a little bit more, but here he is coming into outer zone 2. Fulfilling outer zone 2 right there, but let's see what he's going to do here in outer zone 3, if he's going to reach the wall all the way. And looks like he just got barely there and coming into inside clip 2, finishing strong. But yeah, it looks like that start, he was coming in with some heat, but he kind of backed out a little. It looks like the wall approached him too fast.
Yeah, I believe so. I think it looks like he initiated slightly too early, where he had to drag onto the e-brake. And there was a major slowdown right here on the straight going to the outside zone 1. Does not clear outside zone 1 as well. Not a whole lot of angle going through outside zone 1. And right there, the beginning of 2 too, there wasn't a flick there. Tries to finish off the outside zone 2 with angle. Not too much angle, but a good line right there through outside zone 3, and finishes off the inside clip 2 fairly well. So I would have to say, once again, this is pretty much like an average run by an experienced driver in the wet.
Yeah, you're right, especially that start. I mean, that was a long e-brake pull he had there for outer zone 1. There you go, 75. So got some points on the board for him, but he's definitely going to have to step it up because, like you said, the bubble looks like it's expanding, and it's going to be a pretty high point bubble for the cutoff.
Yep, and here we go. This is a very, very loud car and very, very flashy car driven by car number 4, or this is car number 4, driven by Tetsuya Hibino, a veteran in this sport, driving the LB Racing S15 Sylvia with like a 4-rotor twin turbo, right?
4-rotor twin turbo. He performs beautifully when it's raining like this because he's landed the first slot every single time for qualifying. So let's see what he's going to do here. Look at that beautiful job into outer zone 1. Woo! And here you go. You can hear his car coming into outer zone 2 right here. And let's see how much throttle he's going to give the crowd. Oh, but he looks like he's a little deep there. Let's see right here what he's going to do. And I told y'all he was not going to let up right there. That's why I just stayed quiet. But beautiful job. He's currently in 5th place for points for the season.
Yeah, and I would have to say, I would have to agree that very flashy car and a very flashy driver. He drives this thing like there's no tomorrow right there. Look at that flick. He does all the excessive stuff, but very stylish. A lot of angle going into outside zone 1, and not so much angle right there inside clip 1, but right there almost skimming that wall. He does go 2 tires off. Almost 3, but 2 tires off outside zone 2, but there was a lot of angle there. fairly well angle going through outside zone 3 and finishes off the track. That's a lot of angle going through inside clip 2. So a very impressive run and stylish run by Hibino in his LB Racing S15 Sylvia. Very loud car.
Very loud, but yeah, like I was saying, he's 5th in points. Right now he's at 131. Podium would be nice for him this round for sure.
Yeah, because he has no problem clearing.
So what's crazy?
Qualify.
What's crazy is second, third, fourth, and 5th place are literally like 20 points apart.
Oh wow!
So it's tight for second place right now. First place right now is at 261. He's way ahead. He has to like not show up to an event for them, to really.
Yeah, so somebody's gonna have to actually go to his house and like steal his car keys or something, right?
No, because we like watching him drive. He's a very good driver. But that's the thing. It's going to be hard.
Oh,
there you go, 85.
85.
But that's going to be very hard to get past.
Yeah, so the 100-point lead is huge. And, yes, that's very hard to,
achieve, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good job by Yamashita. But speaking of which, the points leader right now is driving a JZX 100 Mark II. And this guy is also driving a JZX 100 Mark II. Car number 38, Tadahiro Fukada, the nice guy, driving the Tanabe SSR Team Dunlop with Weld, Wise Motorsports, Waco's Mark II.
That's a mouthful there. But here he is coming up here to the 3-2-1. Man, I'm used to seeing gold wheels in the back, so this is throwing me off a little. But here he is coming into inside clip 1 right here, transitioning over to outer zone 2. Trying to keep it inside outer zone 2 right now. Let's see what he's going to do coming into outer zone 3 and see how much throttle he's going to commit to into inside clip 2. And, we've said it before. I think it was at Ebisu. He did a very safe lap for, Ebisu whenever it was raining there. And he did actually a phenomenal job. He landed the car where he wanted to, and he put himself in a really good position.
Yeah, safe would be the perfect word right now for his run right now because angle-wise, not a whole lot of angle coming into the outside zone right there. Outside zone 2, then outside zone 3. Look at that. Not a crazy amount of angle. So fairly shallow throughout the track. Very safe run. But it looks like he's doing what everybody else is trying to do to achieve a good line and keep it on the outside zone or around the outside line on the outside zone. So very low energy run by Fukada, but I think this might be the tactics to be able to put down a score for the first run so maybe he can come back and go crazy for a second run.
79. And like you were saying, he is a veteran. He's been here since day 1 for Formula Drift Japan. And we continue to see solid runs. And like obviously you can all figure out now he's in 4th place overall for points. So he's where he needs to be, and he's still being a solid competitor.
Yeah. So yeah, he's been in it for a long time, and he's been here since the first round, doing this for a long time. So I think he knows what to do to get in. He knows just enough to do to get in right now. So he's sitting on a 79 point. Let's see what he's going to do for the second run. But coming up to the start line is the TMS Racing Team Silent Tire BMW E92, driven by Kazumi Takahashi. This is car number 36. You probably know that it's not the BMW E92. It's a JZX 100 Mark II. So this is like his second car that he used in a different competition. Somehow he switched his car up.
Yeah,
he's not
so
driving the BMW.
Last round he debuted this one. So this one's roughly 950 horsepower. It's a powerhouse. He rips in it, and let's see what he's going to do here. Earlier he ripped off his little, the side of his wing on the outer zone 3. So let's see how close he's going to get here to outer zone 2 and 3. Coming into outer zone, kind of a slow transition into outer zone 2 right there. But let's see what he's going to go finish off here. And woo, just missing that wall into outer zone 3. And finishing off pretty strong. But yeah, outer zone 2, I was expecting more, flair.
Yeah, I mean, I sound like a broken record right now, but it doesn't seem like there's so much heat and energy behind the driving. It looks like everybody's just kind of coming down to lay down a safe run, and that's probably because it's really wet out and maybe a little bit of an unpredictable surface. not a whole lot of angle going through the whole track. It looks kind of shallow, and he's kind of like trotting through the track right there, but it looks like he is doing a good job keeping his car on the line it's supposed to be at. So this is where you don't want to throw too much angle and lose it, actually. So we saw another car earlier that spun out because he did throw a little bit too much angle, and I think a lot of the drivers are trying not to do that. So let's see what his score is going to be.
What do you guys like better, his E92 or his JZX 100?
What does he like better?
No, I'm asking the crowd. I was like, which one do y'all like better?
Oh, well, I mean, obviously a lot of people that like JZX are going to say JZX, but this car is a lot lighter than his E92.
Oh, yeah.
I think the E92 is a little bit heavier because they don't have a, oh, there you go, 84 points. So they don't have a weight to tire size rule in Japan for the FD Japan yet. So this car is like crazy lightweight, I think, compared to the BMW.
So next at the line right there is number 56, Naoto Suenaga in his Team Kazuma with Power Vehicles S15. Currently in second points overall at 149, and he took second at the last round in Sugo.
Yeah, he was second place. So like you said, this is the first time he's going to be driving this track. Let's see how he's going to be conquering it this weekend.
There he is, coming into outer zone 1 right here. So his crew actually had to get the car back together because he had turbine issues, and they actually went ahead and swapped it out between yesterday and this morning. And so he only got a few runs in, but look at him. It looks like he's just clipping that wall right there. Really trying to get control of this car all the way through the track, but it was very, the fluidity of that whole run was kind of iffy.
Yeah, and like
Choppy,
I said, looking at
the
angle, just the angle side of it, I'm not going to say that there was a high rate of angle throughout the track. It was very shallow and looked like he was just trying to keep the car sideways to the minimal and drive through the outside zone. Like right there, he does feel outside zone 1. Doesn't throw so much angle through outside zone 1 and inside clip 1. Not so much angle through outside zone 2, too. He's right on the line on the tire. Not leaving outside zone 2 to 3 with a lot of angle either, but he does get all the way outside to the outside wall, along the wall, and makes it through the last inner clip and finishes off his run. Not a high energy run, but he does follow the rules where he tries to put his car where it's supposed to be at. So
yeah, he got to the zones, but like you said, I just feel like the fluidity could have been a little bit better, but it is kind of hard, especially with the rain and the situations that we're in, and he didn't get a whole lot of runs coming into the wet, so definitely probably played a part. But there you go, 82 for his first qualify run. And here we are coming up to the end of our first qualifying runs. Bringing up to the rear is going to be number 8, Koichi Yamashita, Team Weld, JZX 100 Mark II. He's our points leader at 261, far ahead everybody else, and he wants this. He was a champ from last year, and he's been a champ, multiple times, so this is nothing new to him. He's ready to rock and roll.
yeah, so this is the points leader right now. Let's see what kind of impressive run he's going to show us as the points leader. He's driven on this track so many times, so I am looking to see some exciting driving.
Here he is.
Go. Comes in pretty hot. Fairly good amount of angle going through outside zone 1. Pretty good angle. Inside clip. Look at that. Right on the outside line. Outside zone 2. Very good drive by Yamashita. A little shy on the angle outside zone 3. But very, very good job as an angle judge watching him drive through this.
Man, Robbie, you were so excited you talked through the whole thing. I'm going to go ahead and take a nap now. Beautiful job, though. Beautiful job driving there, and beautiful job putting his car in the right place in every zone.
Yeah, and he did it with a lot of style and angle, too. So I would have to say that this is going to be a pretty impressive score, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing.
And momentum-wise, too. He kept the momentum throughout the course. He didn't lose a lot of momentum coming from outer zone 2 to outer zone 3.
Yeah.
He carried it through.
And look at this, how smooth it is. There's no wavering. The car's not on the e-brake all the time. He's trying to spin the tire as much as possible. Very smooth. Look at this. No huge corrections in angle. Very good job by Yamashita. This is very clean run.
Entering the bridge completely sideways, just facing the water the whole way down. So
yeah, man. I mean, Now I already put my score in, but I mean that was dope.
It was. And keep in mind that bridge, there's actually a river that goes through there. Well, you could see when they have the other camera view the waterfall.
Yeah, we'll show you the waterfall later, but that's where we sat last night and, ate our dinner together, watching the waterfall together, me and Kenny, with the bromance.
We spend enough time together.
Yeah, so, yeah, that was a good job by Yamashita. Very clean run, especially in the wet.
Very clean run for our last run of round 1 of qualifying. Because now we're going to go through our second series of qualifying. With all these drivers.
Hopefully, since we have, a 94 for Yukio Fausto, and, we already have the guys that are in the 80s, hopefully all the other drivers watch this live stream, look back to the high score runs to see what they have to do to actually get the high score.
There you go, 91. He's right there.
There you go, hands down, 91 points.
Our second, our number 2, actually... Yeah, our number 2 qualifier right now.
Yeah, so Harino is 90, Yamashita is 91, and Fausto is got a 94. So that's our top 3 for our first runs for the qualify. Let's go into the second one. But before we go to the second runs for the qualify, let's go ahead and take a short break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブン。
やる横浜やる
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ねあ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガードセブンにしようセブンセブンセブンやる横浜やる
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
Welcome back, everybody. The G-SHOCK presents Formula Drift Japan Round 4 here at Okuibuki Motorsports in the Shiga Prefecture. We just finished up with our last driver, Koichi Yamashita, with a 91 on our first round of our qualifiers. That now here they are coming in for their second round, putting some scores down. Right now we have about four zeros are incomplete, so those guys definitely have to step it up if they want to make it to our top 32 for tomorrow.
Yeah, and the track condition is changing by the minute because now there's no rain coming down. It might be sprinkling, but the track is actually all wet. So as of now, before it dries up, I kind of want to get this qualify over with because I hate that half dry, half wet condition that the drivers have to drive through because that's really tough.
Yeah, you're right. So it's definitely nice to have the balance of just having a constant wet surface, and it drying up never makes things easy. But here we are for our second run for Kubo here in his 180 SX coming into inside clip 1, rolling into outer zone 2 right here. Not too bad in outer zone 2. Let's see how he's going to do for outer zone 3 and finishing off in the inside clip 2 here. He scored a 62 on his first run and most definitely has done a better performance here on his second run. So beautiful job by him finishing off strong. But definitely I feel that 62, he definitely killed that.
Yeah, that was an obvious one where I think the 62 is probably out of the picture now because this is probably going to be the higher score for him. But he does a better job than he did on the first run right there. Fairly well initiation. Does miss outside zone 1 by a good grip. Kind of doesn't get as close as he's supposed to on inside clip 1. Fills outside zone 2 halfway towards the end. Runs a little bit more angle throughout the track than his last one right there. A lot of angle, full lock, going through the inside clip 2 through the finish line. So hopefully that'll land him where he wants to be. Definitely looks like it's a little bit higher than the 62. And maybe he was timid for his first run because he was the first one up. And the weather
rain
conditions
just started,
changed. Yeah, it just changed. So I think he has a feel for how it feels on the track.
So yeah, if you're just joining in around noon local here is when the rain kind of started. But we had a dry surface all of practice this morning, so all these drivers have just done their first run in the rain for the day. Yesterday was a full rainy day, but there you go, 76, so a lot better than his 62. But is it going to be within that bubble of the top 32? So we'll have to see here at the end.
Yeah, like I said, there's going to be, about 6 cars? I believe 5 or 6 cars that are going to be going home.
Yeah, because we had some unfortunate circumstances for a few drivers.
We had a few zeros, yeah.
Yeah, a few zeros, but few in particular, like you were saying, Kenji Yamada, he unfortunately had engine failure during practice, so he's not going to be able to join us. So very unfortunate to come all the way here. And that happened. But here is Shinichi Saito in his Car Guy Racing A90 Supra. Got a 70 on his first run. Let's see how he is going to perform here for the second half of the track into outer zone 2 right here. Definitely holding back. I know he could put a lot more out there of dynamic into this outer zone 3. Coming into inside clip 2 here across the bridge. And look at that. A lot more throttle coming into inside clip 2. But definitely started off kind of quiet, kind of subtle from outer zone 1 to outer zone 2. And that probably is going to affect his score, but he got a 70 on his initial score for his first run of the day. Let's see if this is going to be enough to bump him up a little.
Yeah, that was a lot of U-braking going to outside zone 2. And very shallow angle, and right there almost lost drift when he was doing the transition. That was that's going to hurt him on the style score where he's supposed to transition as quickly as possible. Not so much lock and angle until he got closer to inside clip 2. So very low energy drive by Saito. But like I said, this is a brand new build, and I am pretty sure he's still in the middle of trying to get used to the car. So let's see what he got as a score.
You can see the sun's trying to peek through the clouds, but yeah, we're pretty high up there. 73, so just a little bit more than what he got before. But we'll have to see.
And right now we are done with 2 drivers. I believe we have 30 somewhat cars to go for their second runs, and we already have a few 90s, a lot of 80s. So let's see if Masafumi Watanabe could join to be in the 80s or the 90s.
Yes, so here we are. Next coming up is going to be number 720, Masafumi Watanabe in his Loveco Team TCS Boom Factory 23 JZX 110 Mark II. Coming up with some heat into outer zone 1. Is that going to be too much heat? And it looks, oh no! Way too much heat coming into outer zone 1. Very dangerous right there. But luckily, those pads were there because he came with some solid heat. He had a 65 on his initial run. I know he probably wanted to show some style, flair, and dynamic into his second run. And here he is finishing off, even though it's an incomplete. He wanted to show the fans out there online he's out here not to play around, but to show some fire.
Yeah,
very scary crash right there.
Yeah, he did go into the sponge barrier right where that wall is. He became the first big victim going into outside zone 1 on the outside, the rock stone wall they have there. But he looked like he was coming in a little too hot. And yeah, I mean, I think he was trying to better his score because he's sitting on a 65 currently, and going in faster doesn't really help the score out. It's all about, you know, taking the car to the proper places. We saw a lot of cars that were driving slower, but they were able to be in 100% control, being able to bring their cars out to the outside zones and getting it closer to inner clips, running a lot of angle. Things like that are very important. But
hey, I'll give you this. He definitely woke us up.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He definitely did. But hey, right there, hands down to the crew on the course.
Yep. Good
We're
job.
We're up here, luckily staying dry, but hands down to them down there working hard, making sure that this track is tip-top condition and safe for these drivers.
Yeah, and thank you for Okuibuki for helping us out create this track. You know, this is it's kind of dangerous. There's not that many walls in Japanese tracks, but this is one of the few that we have. And yeah, thanks for all of the guys out here helping us out, and also all of you watching us. And now we can watch car number 37, Katsuhiro Meguro, do his second run.
Initially got an 82 on his first run, but let's see what he is going to bring for us, because, I mean, 82 seemed like a safe one, maybe on that outer bubble, but pretty safe. So let's see if he's going to come out with some flair, some heat. I don't know. We'll see. Here he is coming up to the 3-2-1, coming up this strip. Coming in, initiating early into that 3-cone. Look at that. Nice job. Coming in, trying to hold that all the way. Can he hold it? Oh, unfortunately not. I told you he was going to come with something. And, man, he had some nice flair there. It's just he couldn't hold that all the way through.
Hey, but I gotta give him props because, I mean, he's sitting on the 82, so he's in the 80s. So I think he felt comfortable to be able to push himself a little bit more for a second run so he can go for a higher score. But that was a nice rate of angle going into outside zone 1. That would have been nice if he was able to keep that through, but he couldn't. So that's an incomplete for Meguro, but he is sitting on an 82 on his first run. So let's see what place he's going to be for the qualify with that score.
So next coming up, not sure if he's in the getting his tires scrubbed out, is going to be number 408, Shoya Saito, in the Car Guy Racing S13180SX. Once again, it's a 2J 3.1. This was his dad's car last year. He was driving an S15 last year, powered by an SR, and here he is now with this this beast of a 2J.
In a 180SX this time, yeah.
Yep. So we'll see how he's going to perform. He got a 77 on his initial qualifying run.
Yeah, I think
we don't even know if that's a safe zone yet, so he definitely has to perform and throw something down for us in this second run.
I mean, think about it. He's fresh out of high school, I believe. I think in Japan you graduate in March. So I think he just got out of high school. So he's like 18 or 19. Very young driver. Let's see how he's going to do.
Here he is. Ooh, nice early initiation. Coming into outer zone 1 right there. Being able to hold all the way through outer zone 1. Coming into inside clip 1. See this transition into outer zone 2 right here. Leaving outer zone 2 a little bit early, still had some time in there. Rolling into outer zone 3. But can he hold it all the way to the finish? Inside clip 2 right here. And he almost lost it there, crossing that bridge area.
Yeah, that was once again, not so much, that was not so much wheel speed and gas. We want you to be right back on the accelerator as soon as possible, but there was a lot of waiting on that driving that he just did. I think it was very safe, and he was being very, very overcautious because of the track condition. But low energy run, but he does try to place his car where it's supposed to be on the line. Not a crazy rate of angle throughout the track. There you go. There's some wavering there too, but a lot of waiting for that driving. But he does do what he has to do to get around the track. So let's see what his total score is going to be.
See if he can break this 77 score that he got. And he's not gonna.
Yeah, he
got a 77
again,
also.
So he's sitting on a 77. That's the score he's going to be gambling on getting into the top 32. So let's see where that's going to put him after the second run.
But all right, next coming up is going to be 283, Tsubasa Takizawa in the Zeknova Japan Superstar Channel JZX 100 Mark II. we were just talking about this. I don't think he made it to last round, but he's definitely out here ready to go this round. Yesterday, I didn't see him too much in practice, but today he definitely is ready to go. Got a 68 on his initial qualifying run. Definitely has to step it up from there and put a solid run down if he wants to be a top 32 competitor. And looks like he's dragging that all the way out to the outer zone of outer zone 1. Coming into inside clip 1 here, transitioning. See this angle coming into outer zone 2. Ooh, almost lost it right there at the end of outer zone 2, coming in outer zone 3 to this wall, and definitely held back and got a little timid right there on that wall. But here he is coming into inside clip 1, clipping that wall or that inside clone, catching his front bumper. But I feel, 68, he probably beat that, but definitely had some nerve-wracking situations.
Yeah, that was a kind
2.
of a sloppy run by Takizawa there. And I would have to say there's a lot of places where he was full lock, but at the same time he did have to pull a lot of angle out of. He makes it out on the outside zone 1, very close on in clip 1. Right there, he almost doesn't do a transition. Then he has to gain angle. Then he goes the tire off right there. Then he gets really shallow at outside zone 3. So a very mysterious way to go around that track right now. Very different way. Probably not what we're looking for, but at the same time, he doesn't stop drifting, so we will give him a score. Hopefully, that'll land him something higher than a 68.
And we've said it before, or I've said it before because you told me long ago, it all starts once a mistake happens in the positioning of the car for a zone, affects pretty much the rest of the course.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very hard to make up for that. So that's definitely what happened, especially with that outer zone 2 right there. It definitely affected how much angle and dynamic he came into outer zone 3. But there you go, 76. So a lot better than his 68 score before. But let's see if 76 is going to be enough for him to make it to the top 32.
Yeah, because now it looks like the scores, the guys that were in the 60s are now up to the 70s. So this is going to be interesting to see who is going to be making it to the top 32. Is it going to be, is Shigehisa Sasayama going to be one of them from Team M2 Racing in his JZX100 Chaser? Like I said, very exciting driver. It just hasn't been able to do what he usually does at the qualifiers. So let's see if he can do that this weekend.
And here he is with a 78, coming in with a 78 score on his initial qualifying run. Oh, definitely had a huge hiccup right there. Coming into outer zone 2 right here. And maybe taking too much off in outer zone 2. Gonna fall short with an incomplete right there for his second qualifying run. And actually, Sasayama was the one that actually was the first victim of the wall. He actually ran into it
earlier, yeah.
Earlier, okay, not the wall. He hit the sponge barrier, so.
Yeah, what happened on the outside zone? Then right there, it looks like the car didn't want to keep drifting, and he almost corrected completely. And I was just kind of observing the rest of the run, but right here, he just couldn't hold his angle, and he spins out.
I mean, the rain stopped and everything, so and then with this new pavement and everything, who knows? Who knows what the track conditions are like? So, yeah, he's going to be riding out with a 78 for his qualifying runs. And once again, is that going to be enough? Next is going to be number 963, Daichi Mizutani in the Mizutani Motors
Marusho Racing VL.
Rocking the S15. And like you said earlier, he swapped it over to a 2J, debuted at last event, kind of struggled a little bit, but here he is, got a 76 on his initial qualifying run. But let's see,
coming in hot.
Is it too hot? Oh, no, not another victim. Oh, man, that was very close to catching that corner, but oh.
Yeah, it was coming in really hot.
He came in real quick.
Yeah, man, I got to say, like...
I'm not going to lie, though. I kind of told you these drivers, they threw down their first run, their safe run, and they're coming in with some heat. But, I mean, like you were saying, it's not all about that.
Yeah, it's not all about just trying to go in fast. You have to be able to gauge your speed because right there, you still have to remember that the track is really slick. You have to really watch out because you really don't want to go out like that, especially for qualify. You want to save your car for tomorrow. And, you know, it's going to be another day tomorrow, you're gonna have a whole day to be able to fix it. But at the same time, he is sitting on a 76, so you do want to get a score that's a little bit higher just to make sure that you're in the safe zone for making it into top 32. So right now we have our guys out there right now. Thanks to these guys, they're keeping the track going. They are going to tow Mizutani's car out to get it out of here so we can go ahead and move on with the competition. To give us 1 minute doing this, but
look at them working hard. But yeah, if you're just joining in, the rain stopped on us. Track conditions hasn't quite dried up, but you can see where they're located at. That's the transition from the new asphalt to the old asphalt. So definitely giving the challenges to these drivers, and very unfortunate to see Mizutani right there hit the wall. But there he is waving.
Yeah, look at that car. I mean, did it just go into the sponge barrier? It's like, I don't think so.
I don't see much
looks
damage.
Super clean, yeah. Yeah, the car looks good.
But he gave a nice wave to the crowd, so looks like he's good. There you go, our beast tow truck. Equipped with it all, so. But yeah, like I was saying before, so we're here at Okuibuki Motor Park. It's actually a ski snowboard resort during the wintertime, and they actually opened it up to feature gymkhana, drifting, bike, motorcycle racing, and other racing like that. They got 4 different pads that they work off of. We're utilizing this one, and then we have the one down there for the pits and everything. But this is actually a JAF approved course, and definitely has its challenges. We already faced it right there. That wall is definitely a challenging wall, especially when you're going uphill with the amount of speed and the momentum that they're carrying through it with the wet asphalt. It's making all the challenges that they can barely get through.
Yeah, so I know a lot of guys want more momentum going into outside zone 1, but going in at that speed, I mean, you just have to really be careful because you're just like playing with fire. You have to be able to clear that outside zone 1 just to save your car, and also to be able to safely be able to get a score so you can move on to tomorrow's top 32.
And like you're talking about, so yes, tomorrow for top 32, we're going to actually be starting at 9:30 for top 32 our time, Japan time. Just took a little notes, you know, West Coast it'll be about 17:30, and East Coast is going to be 20:30 on Saturday. And the unfortunate ones is going to be in London. They're going to be watching it Sunday at 01:30.
01:30, so that's 1:30 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, it's about, you know, to get back home from going out, drinking and partying, and get home, you could just kind of chill and grab another beer and
keep it going with top 32.
Yeah, just watch us on the live stream. So
well, look at that. At the line, ready to go is going to be Masayo Minoa in her Heyman TM Labo chaser right there. And there's their spotter, her son, Hito. He's been killing it in MSC.
That's
that's the
driver.
future. That's the future of drifting right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely a full family of drifters. She got a 77 on her initial run, and look at her coming up here to the 3-2-1. Carrying through from the 3-cone, coming into outer zone 1. Nice approach to outer zone 1. Beautiful job. See if she can carry this through to inside clip 1 and transition over from outer zone 2. Definitely could go a little deeper into outer zone 2, but let's see how she's going to finish off with outer zone 3 and inside clip 2. And she had a little waiver right there coming out of outer zone 3, which affected her approach to inside clip 2.
Yeah, that was a major mistake by Minoa right there by outside zone 3. Let's go ahead and check out the replay. We're going to go ahead and check out to see what happened outside zone 3, if that was going to be an incomplete or not, because it looked like she did make a major mistake, and it looked like he was almost straightening, so.
We'll see here. It's a very close call. She definitely had a hard waiver coming out of outer zone 3. She got a initial 77 for her first run. And we can't quite say 77 is a safe zone yet for top 32, but we'll see. Judges are deliberating, seeing what they see off this replay. We're going to see the replay one more time because they want to really understand if it was an incomplete or a big, huge correction for outer zone 3 or not. Here they are. Robbie's checking the replay out, making sure the right call is getting made here. So we'll see. Looks like they figured it all out. We'll get a better explanation. There's the pits right there. So like I was talking, so this is the other pad that they have for the pits. All the setups. It was actually, so for those of y'all, I don't think you could see any because they repaired it, but a few of these tents took a beating yesterday. So we had a really bad storm last night, and it destroyed a few tents. But here we are. Let's see the explanation from Robbie on that, on what they were looking at.
Yeah, we were just looking to make sure that she didn't incomplete outside zone 3, and after watching the replays, she did hold a little bit of angle through outside zone 3. So it looked like it was a very close to straightening, but it looked like she was holding a little bit of angle because the front tire wasn't completely straight. So we're gonna go ahead and give her a score, but she's gonna get a slightly lower angle score there because that was not a clean run.
So her initial run of a 77 is going to be what she's going to be riding with into hopefully the top 32. So yeah, very close call there. And like you were saying, anytime that you see the driver, because at the end of the day, this has to be a chaseable run. We're trying to get to top 32 tandem battles, and these drivers have to throw down a solid lead run. And that right there was on that fine line of whether or not it's going to be a solid run or a lead run or not.
Yeah, so she started off doing good in outside zone 1, but everything kind of fell apart after that. So she's going to have to fight for the spot with the 77. But let's go ahead and see. After talking about 77, this is car number 7. Juneji Yamamoto, he's actually sitting on an incomplete right now.
Yep, in his 2J powered FD. So he came up last qualifying run, and he spun out in outer zone 1. So let's see how he's going to hold it. It looks like he's throwing some serious angle and risking it all right here. Coming in that inside clip 1, not even phased by his incomplete. Coming into outer zone 2, good job by him into outer zone 2. Trying to ride back around, see how close he'll ride this wall right here into outer zone 3, and then throttle it all the way into inside clip 2 to the finish right here. And for an incomplete, he definitely put it all out there for y'all to see, and that's 2J powered. Don't hate on him. He's just, making it happen.
Yeah, so I would have to say that was going to be a very high score from the angle side of it. I know he missed outside zone 1 completely with the line-wise, but as an angle judge, he did throw a lot of angle throughout the whole thing. Look at that, full lock going into outside zone 1. A little bit of correction with the steering, but look at that. Good angle through inside clip 1. A nice way to do a transition to outside zone 2. Holding his angle, shallows up slightly just to connect it from outside zone 3 or 2, 3, 2 inside clip 2. But look at this, holds good enough angle throughout. I know it's a very slow paced run by Yamamoto here in his FD, but I would have to say as an angle judge, that's a fairly well score from my point of view.
So we'll see what these judges have for him.
Nope.
77. So 77 is what he is going to be dealing with. He had an incomplete for his initial run. So we'll see if he'll make it to the top 32. Next coming up is going to be number 73, Yuji Saito, in his West Auto with good ride, JZX 100 Chaser. Ready to fire up, got a 72, and he definitely needs to improve off of that to ensure his spot in the top 32.
Yeah, because I think other than Watanabe, which is sitting on a 65, everybody else is higher than a 72. So that'll, he's definitely somewhere in that around the bubble.
There he is coming in. Initiating right before the 3-cone, coming into the outer zone right here. See if he can hold it all the way through. Coming into inside clip 1. Beautiful job. Transitioning early, but transitioning too hard into outer zone 2 right there. Very unfortunate. Going to have to roll with the 72. seeing that that is going to be an incomplete for him. And I guarantee he's not too happy about that because 72 is right on that boundary of whether or not it's going to be safe or not for him. But let's see this replay and see how hard this flick.
Yeah, see, that's what's hard because a lot of people try to find grip in their car when it's wet, and the car going straight to going sideways, you can also lose a lot of grip all of a sudden. You know, it could be like this, like boom. He, yeah, just lost it right when he made the transition, so all the weight got onto the car, and the car couldn't hold it. So that was a really good run running up to that spin he just did too. So it's kind of a waste, but he's gonna have to try to be in the top 32 with the 72-point run. But I don't know. That's gonna be
on that close, fine edge right there. Next coming up to the line is gonna be number 5. Tomoki Tanaka in his V-Style Good Ride with Tetsujin in his JZX 100 Chaser.
Yeah, he got an 88 for his first run, so I think he was one of the guys who first started the 80s crew. Well, actually, Meguro got an 82, but this driver right here, Tanaka, got an 88 for his first run. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to see something exciting for a second run.
There he is, coming up to the 3-cone right here. Nice transition, nice early initiation right here, throwing some angle in the outer zone 1. Beautiful job. Is he going to be able to hold it into inside clip 1 right here? And able to hold off, coming into outer zone 2. Beautiful job riding that fine line in the outer zone 2, coming into outer zone 3, and look at that, bumping all the way against that wall. And showing that he wants a higher score than that 88. Beautiful job by Tanaka.
As an angle score judge,
yo, he was throwing down.
That was pretty gnarly right there. I mean, something happened to him from going from the first run to the second run because that was more impressive. And I am thinking that 88 might be bettered by this second run. Fills the outside zone 1. Okay, doesn't go into it from the beginning, but I have to say that it was very impressive to see that he was throwing so much angle through the run. Now, if you see my angle scores from the past, it's been, you know, somewhere from 20 to 25, 26 or something like that. This, I would say, it is merely a perfect angle score run from an angle judge. So let's go ahead and see. I'm very excited to see what his total score is going to come up to be.
He didn't bump the wall. He rode the wall all the way through.
He rode the wall, yes.
That's a small wall ride compared to FDUS, but hey, that's huge because a lot of these guys have been avoiding that wall all day long.
Because it's the wall on the straightaway. So it's very, very easy for the car to lose angle because you're not in a deep angle.
91.
91 points.
Beautiful job. Well-deserved 91 right there.
Yep, so I have to say he actually has the highest angle score that I had to give him. And I had to dock off 1 because he had a slight angle pull at the outside zone 3 because he did tap the wall. But other than that, I mean, it's perfect.
So next coming up in the GR Yaris is going to be number 25, Masataka Kawashima in the Team M2 Racing. 2J powered Yaris. Coming up right here into the 3-cone. Nice initiation in a 3. See if he can hold that all the way around. Beautiful job into outer zone 1. Let's see how he's going to do for the rest of the track with inside clip 1 to outer zone 2 right here. And it looks like he's going to be able to hold it all the way through, but is he going to be able to regain himself into outer zone 3? Not a bad job coming out of outer zone 3 to inside clip 2 and finishing strong right there. So initially 76.
Definitely.
That was definitely a lot better than his 76 run.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot better than a 76 because just looking at my angle score, I think he does a better job than his first run. But let's go ahead and check this out. He does knock over the cones with his tire, but he's on the line. He misses outside zone 1 slightly and inside clip 1. Does a fairly good job on angle. Actually doesn't fill the outside zone 2 as well as he should be and dips a tire out there and gets closer. Looks really like he's riding the wall right there outside zone 3, and at the end he is very close to the inside clip. Not so much angle when he was finishing it up, but fairly good job by Kawashima here in his brand new build from last round, GR Yaris.
And like you were talking about earlier, the Yaris, I have a lot of Yaris talk on the chat. The wheelbase, what you were talking about, it's close to the S chassis wheelbase.
Yeah, it's very close to the S chassis, especially I had one of the cars when I was looking at it. It was side by side.
There you go. 78.
So it was side by side with the S14. There you go. It hurt him. The line score hurt him because he did miss a lot of the outside zones and stuff. But good job by Kawashima. But yes, it is very close to S14 wheelbase. So it has short overhang, so it looks like it's a short car. But
Yeah, because the rear overhang, there's nothing there. So
yeah,
it almost forces him where he has to have the rear tire in those outer zones.
Yeah, he does.
He has a disadvantage with that vehicle a little bit. But here we are, number 13. Yasuhiro Takaki right there in his T-squares with DGR. Good ride. 180SX. Here he is. Ooh, can he hold it? I mean, granted, is that a chaseable run? But we'll see right here if he can finish off right here to outer zone 2. Definitely came really hot and really extreme in that outer zone 1. And there you are right there. It's going to go ahead and be a wrap for his run for an incomplete. He had an 80 for his initial qualifying run. Takaki will be rolling out of here with an incomplete on his second. So 8 is going to be what he's going to have to deal or handle.
Yeah, so that was definitely not a chaseable lead run, so we would have to give him an incomplete. But I got to give it to him where his hustle right there. He tried to come in hot as possible and get a better score than what he did earlier to make it into higher his score, so he can maybe sit in a better position for the qualify, but not in this case. He will be fighting for the top 32 spot with his 80-point run, which he did on his first run.
So scrubbing his tires is going to be number 19, Yuchi Yamagai, in his perfect style with good ride, S15. Got an 86 for his initial qualifying run. And knowing how Amagai performs, he's definitely going to bring some fire and flair this time. There he is, lined up, ready to go. So his S15 last year, he had that pretty sweet darker green S15. Well, same vehicle, different color scheme, but definitely coming out with a lot more flair in his driving this year. All right, looks like he's getting the green light to go.
All right, here we go. This is Amagai. Got an 86 for his first run. Let's see what he's going to do for the second run.
Here he is coming in, initiating into the 3-cone right here. Coming in outer zone 1, holding it all the way through outer zone 1. Beautiful job coming into inside clip 1. Nice transition to outer zone 2, dipping a little bit of tires. Oh, huge correction right there. See if he can hold it all the way through to outer zone 3. They're trying to gain some momentum coming into outer or inside clip 2 right there. Approaching that outer zone 2, he did a very good job all the way through. It's just he got a little probably too excited there toward the end of outer zone 2.
Yeah, this is going to be a weird one because I'm going to go ahead and strictly score him. I'm going to have to dock him some points for the mistake he made at outside zone 2, but he did a really good job in outside zone 1. A lot of angle there and angle through inside clip 1. Then right here, he makes his way out there a little bit too much, and he has to actually pull angle out to make the car go straight. So it's not it's a huge correction, but that's the style judge's side, I believe. And also the line wasn't really good by Amagai, so that's something that the style judge and the line judge is probably going to be looking at. But I'm going to have to strictly give him a score from the angle side of it.
Everybody right now saying mid-80s. He got an 86 for his first qualifying run. Let's see if that run right there was a little bit more to boost him up, or what the fans are saying, which is mid to low 80s.
Yeah, so as we're waiting right here, let's go ahead and go back on this. Oh, there we go.
80, so low 80 right there. So 86 is what he's going to go ahead and take into the top 32. But next up, Ready to go at the line is going to be number 100, Andrew Gray, with the Team Cosmo with Power Vehicles, Lexus RC. Got an 84 as initial qualifying run.
So let's see if this 4-time champ is going to better that score somehow with something. Let's see what he's got up his sleeves. I would have to say it's semi-wet.
Yeah,
still kind of wet.
Yeah, track conditions are being very tricky for these drivers to judge. But here he is coming into 3-2-1, coming into outer zone 1 right here. Good job in outer zone 1, coming inside clip 1 right there to outer zone 2 transition. Let's see if he can hang on to that all the way through outer zone 2 and then ride it into the wall to outer zone 3 right here. Ooh, beautiful job right there in outer zone 3. And look at him finish off right here in the inside clip 1, hugging it real tight and finishing strong.
Yeah, so he definitely rode the wall because his GT wing actually knocked over the second cone on the outside zone 3 on the wall. So let's go ahead and check this out. I would have to say that he doesn't throw a crazy amount of angle, but very, very smooth. Tries to fill outside zone 1. Looks like he does a pretty good job there. Not a whole lot of angle there through inside clip 1, but very good job on the line, and fills outside zone 2 fairly well as well. Looks for traction there, going from outside zone 2 to 3. There you go, boom. Punts that cone, and a nice amount of angle going to outside zone, inside clip 2. So I would have to say it's a fairly nice and clean run by Andrew Gray.
Very good job, very good job.
And you know what I think about Andrew Gray does just enough. He doesn't do too much. He's always just enough. So that's a well-seasoned driver right there, a veteran doing what he needs to when he has to. So
we're having a low 90s score rate right now. Oh, mid 90 right there, but beautiful wall ride right there. His GT wing almost got caught up on it. There you go, 84,
84.
which is a little off from what everybody was judging. He got an 84 for his initial run and 84 this time.
Yeah, they're talking about the weight right now. I think that car probably weighs in pounds, probably like 3,200, or in kilos. I think it's like 1,500 kilos or something like that. So it is kind of a heavier car.
Someone mentioned earlier why there aren't as many foreign drivers. Japan's still under state of emergency. They still have strict rules on entering the country and everything. So that's causing a huge delay and problem as of last year to this year. So a lot of our foreign drivers were not able to compete last year or this year due to those circumstances.
Yeah, so yeah, we are missing a lot of the foreign drivers that are supposed to be here that used to compete with us the year before last. So hopefully they can come back soon. And let's go ahead and see what Yuji Saito has up his sleeve for a second run.
Got an 81 for his initial run, but here he is coming into outer zone 1. It looks like he's got a nice grip of it right there, coming into inside clip 1 right here, transitioning over to outer zone 2. See if he can hold all the way through outer zone 2 right there. And how is he going to perform here, coming in outer zone 3? Definitely played a little bit safe in outer zone 3, but there he is, finishing off strong into inside clip 1. Inside clip 2, sorry.
All right, so I would have to say that was kind of similar angle judge-wise from what Andrew Gray just laid down, but let's go ahead and check out the run. It looks like he does an early initiation, fills outside zone 1 fairly well, gets really close to inside clip 1, does a good job on outside zone 2. I mean, line-wise, it looks like he's doing a good job. Like I just said, that was very close to something similar to what Andrew Gray just laid down, angle-wise and line-wise. Right there, though, he made a big mistake at inside clip 2. He had to pull out a lot of angle because he got a little closer to that concrete barrier. So
like I said before, got an 81 on his initial run, and 85 is what he's going to ride out with.
All right, so that's an 85 by Yuji Saito. And before we go on to the next driver, we would like to go ahead and call out Marina and ask her to ask the points leader of today's qualifier right now, Yukio Fausto, how his run was. So let me go ahead and call her out. Marina-chan.
Not sure what the issue is.
The starter gate looks great with the weather. It's very nice. I
It
know
is.
everybody got excited because I said we're going to talk to Yukio Fausto about his first run right before his second run because we are going to see him line up soon. He's warming up his tires right now to do his second run right now. So I don't know how that happened and how we could have asked him to talk.
Hey.
I mean, because he was probably already getting ready to get in his car. Maybe
We're just
that's
making
why.
things happen, I guess.
Or maybe they did an interview earlier and they tried to play that. So hopefully we could watch that later to see
We'll
what
find-
this man
yeah.
has to say about his pretty incredible run that he just made on his first run.
But yes, we're definitely excited to see what Yukio Fausto has in store for us with his Sidex Japan with Sideways Experience S15. Ready to fire up, has the GoPro ready. Got a 94 for his initial run. Everybody was in suspense when they said 90 and they were like, what is this? And they were like, oh, 94. All right, here he is coming up to the line, ready to go. So Yukio Fausto.
Yeah, so the point leader right now for the qualifier right now, his first run was 94, so let's see what he's going to do to better that.
I know, and on top of that, fan favorite in the chat room for sure. So let's see how he's going to represent right here on his second qualifying run of the day. Yukio Fausto coming in hot right here into the 3-2-1. Oh, he's not messing around either. Here he is coming to outer zone one. Beautiful job into outer zone one. Coming to inside clip, putting it all on the line right here. Transitioning into outer zone two, and here he is. Let's see how much throttle we see out of Yukio right here. Look at that, non-stop.
Wow.
And finishing off strong in the inside clip two. He wasn't messing around.
All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to have to get picky, but that was a pretty good run, I would have to say. That was very good. I'm going to go ahead and look over to make sure that I have the right scores down. But
mind you, Robbie has a giant smirk on his face as he says that.
Yeah, that was a very good
no, it's good to
angle.
see runs like this because this is what hypes it up. This is what makes us feel excited. And right here is where he just doesn't let go of the throttle.
All right. All right, so there's one thing I would have to say, but everything else other than that looked like it was pretty good. It's looking really good for Yukio right now. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what his score is going to be, if it's going to be higher than a 94 or somewhere around the 94 or lower. I'm not sure.
What'd you see?
But, well, there was a couple of places that he didn't take the car all the way out.
Okay, yeah.
And as an angle judge, I had to dock a point because he had to add, there you go.
91.
He had to add angle at outside zone 2 towards the end because he almost lost it. So if he would have held the same amount of angle and did not do that, I probably would have gave him a full angle score too. But like I was saying, the line judge saw that when you look at the replay, he did not go all the way out to some of the outside zones. So let's go ahead and see. Yeah, he already got a 94.
He got
That's
a 94,
high enough
so
score.
he's good to go. We're already halfway through our second qualifying runs, but hey, check out these commercials. We'll be right back.
.7 滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカート7にしよう。セブンセブンセブン。
やる横浜やる
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。 Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
Moti.
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, bounty.
冬の運転心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。 Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
Moti.
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
Welcome back, everybody, to the G-Shock Prevents Formula Drift Japan Round 4 here at Okuibuki Motor Park in the Shiga Prefecture. We just finished one round, and we're halfway through the round, or our second round of qualifying for these drivers.
Run. Yes, we're halfway through the second run. Let's go. We're almost done, huh?
You said runch. Are you hungry?
Did I say runch?
You did. It's okay. But
I don't even know what I just said right now.
There you go. We got some drone footage. It dried up. The rain stopped. So we will most likely see more drone footage out here. But if you're just joining in, you just missed an awesome run by Yukio Fausto. He threw down a 91-point run, but he went ahead and had a 94 for his initial, so he'll be rolling into top 32 with a 94. Next up at the line right now is going to be 448. Yoshia Esaki right there in his Origin Labo Racing S15. He's got an SR under the hood, pushing a little over 400 horsepower. Got an 81 on his initial qualifying run. Let's see what he's going to do for his second run right here. Feels pretty safe with the 81, but is it? Definitely was too much for him on that outer zone one right there. That's going to be an incomplete for him, but he's going to go ahead and finish off strong here to show that the fans that his car is running fine and dandy, and he got 81 for a reason. So here he is finishing off.
Yeah, so now I'm getting a little worried about the track condition because, like you just said, the drone's flying, so that means there's no rain right now. And we're in a valley, so it's kind of windy. Right now I feel some breeze coming through, so hopefully that doesn't dry out the track so much because it's going to be patchy, and it's going to be a very challenging condition for the drivers where, you know, it's better for it to just be all wet or all dry. And we're not going to sit here and wait all night for it to dry up either, so... yeah, hopefully we can just get along and move along so all the guys have a fair chance to drive the track full wet.
So there's a few questions out there asking the mediator. But, yeah, for sure, thank you all viewers out there checking us out. There you go. You got incomplete. If you want to see the point standing for the season, definitely go to the Formula Drift Japan website, and that's where it's going to show you the breakdown of the drivers, give you a little bio on the drivers, tell you the point score for the season, and give you the scores for the last events that were involved.
Yeah, it's if you go online, you could find anything.
You're right on that.
Yeah, so yeah, go ahead and check out the website, and also don't forget to check out tomorrow's Top 32 too, because we're going to be on live stream again. Somewhere around the same time. I'll go ahead and announce the time right now. But before that, let's go ahead and check out Imamaida's run right here.
Imamaida in the 5X Navigate Penske KRC S14 coming in with an 81 for his initial score for qualifying. Let's see what he's going to put down for his second qualifying run. Looks like he's doing all right. Coming into outer zone 2 right here. Beautiful job. Right on that edge of outer zone 2. But can he hold it through for outer zone 3 to finish off in inside clip 2? And you can see how this track condition has its dry and wet spots because the rain has stopped. It's been about 30 to 40 minutes now since the rain has stopped. So the more times that these cars hit the track, the drier this track is getting, especially coming from outer zone 2 to outer zone 3.
Yeah, so let me talk to you about the angle judging part of it. It looks like he doesn't come in with so much angle for the outside zone 1, but after he passes that, he approaches the inside clip 1 with a very unusual line, so he's far away from the in clip. But after that, he just starts to throw down some crazy full lock angle for the rest of the track. Right there, I'm pretty sure he's skimming through that wall outside zone 3 and makes his way all the way to inside clip 2 to finish the track off. So I would have to say that it was a slow start, but it ended up being very exciting. But he did miss the in clip, majority of in clip 1 by a lot, so we're going to have to see what he's going to get for the style score and the line score all added together. Let's see if that's going to be better than his 81.
There you go. There's a lodge right there. The white building up at the top, that's the lodge.
That's where we stay.
Yeah, home.
So don't come see us.
Well, there's no spectators. They won't.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And they have security here, too, at night, so he can't come in.
So, yeah, a lot more information about Formula Drift Japan. You can also go to the Instagram, Formula Drift Japan. They have all the posts they'll have the top 32 bracket up there, top 16 bracket posted there. It has the times for the online live stream. Go check that out. And if you're tired of hearing us, there's also a Japanese live stream on the Formula Drift Japan YouTube channel. So go check that out also. Give some love to Tom Saiba and Imamura down at the end over there. They're on the live stream over there. Maybe they have better voices than us.
What? What? Come on. You guys, we're not that bad, right?
Oh, man.
I mean, if you want to hear some Japanese, I can start commentating in Japanese right here, too.
87.
Ooh, 87. Yeah, so if you want me to commentate in 87, if you want me to commentate in Japanese, I could do that too. And that means I'm just going to have to talk double because I have to say it in Japanese and English at the same time. But right here, we have car 99, Kazuya Matsukawa. He missed his first run because I guess he had a broken spindle on his front suspension. So he is back. They got it fixed. Let's see what's going to happen to this car. I don't know if it's like 100% back, but now this is his chance to make his way to the top 32. Let's go ahead and check this out.
And here he is in his AE85, powered by a 1GR, 950 horsepower. See what he's going to throw down. This is going to be his first official run for qualifying. Definitely has to put something on the board and finish strong. Here he is coming into outer zone 2. Beautiful job in outer zone 2 right there. Let's see if he can stay strong into this wall into outer zone 3. Oh, huge correction right there. Definitely was intimidated or whatever on outer zone 3, but that was not what we wanted to see. It was really strong coming all the way through out of outer zone 2.
All right, we're going to have to check this out one more time by replay. I'm going to go on to concentrating judging mode.
Here he is. But yeah, like the mediator asked, the lodging is awesome. It's not awesome, I'd say. It's good. Okuibuki hooked us up. Hands down to them. No bears yet. I was going to go on a run, but Rabia highly suggested that I shouldn't go up in the mountains all by myself. So there are bears out here, all sorts of wildlife. He's definitely looking at the replay. We'll probably see the replay a few times here. And see how that correction was, how extreme that correction was from outer zone 2 to outer zone 3. Because that's going to dictate if it's going to be an incomplete or if he was still in drift, to allow him to get some points on the board. Because like Robbie was saying, he talked to the tech guys on the radio and they said he had a spindle issue, so that affected his first time qualifying. But here you go. Here's another replay of his run. Beautiful job all the way up to about this point here. And they're ensuring that his wheels weren't, that he was continuing drift through that. That was a huge correction, though. And I see all y'all out there giving an incomplete. I love the fan-based judging. There you go. There's the drone that everybody's been asking for. We're going to try to push more drone footage to y'all, but here it is. Here's where you can see the correction. Ooh. And missed outer zone 3 completely.
All right, so we're going to have to be straightforward with this one because we have to be fair. Rules are rules, and that's what we don't want. We don't want the drivers and the teams to put it into the judges' hands for us to determine if it's a straighten or not, if it's an incomplete or not. We're going to have to incomplete him because I think all three of us judges determined and thought that he did straighten pretty hard on outside zone 3. And this is a drifting event. We do have to have the cars go sideways. So sorry to the team, but that's just the way it is. I know they hustled to get the car back on track, but he did incomplete at the outside zone 3. Straightened, so that's an incomplete for Kazuya Matsukawa.
Next up right here, already going, is number 53, Mitsunori Yoshimura here in his Team Mori S15 coming into the 3-cone. Nice initiating out of zone 1 right here. Rolling into inside clip 1. He has to put a run down here. Had an incomplete for his initial run. Can he hold through outer zone 2? Carry it through to outer zone 3 here. missed outer zone 3 a little bit, but he is definitely putting a run down and gonna get a score in the books.
Hey, that was a close one again. I'm gonna have to check the replay, but I mean, I know the condition of the track right now is getting very, very
unpredictable and dry.
Yeah, it is.
I feel all you fans out there that the drone footage is crucial. It does give us a good view. And here's another look at his run coming into inside clip 1 right here.
That's an average run to there, then right there. This is where it starts to unfold right here. And then there's slightly, yeah. Yeah, so he did have, or now there's a comparison where Matsukawa earlier with the AE85, he was a lot more straighter than how Yoshimura was right now. And I know both of the cars are sitting on an incomplete or a 0 right there. Slightly, very, very low angle score, but it doesn't look like he did incomplete.
Here you go. Here's the drone footage right here. Coming from outer zone 2 to outer zone 3, this is where the hesitant correction.
Yep. So yeah, definitely not incomplete for Yoshimura, but I would have to say that's going to be, yeah.
So 69 is going to be his qualifying run right there.
Yeah, so there was a lot of wavering going through outside zone 2. The lack of angle at outside zone 3, too, that definitely hurt his score, the angle score. So it's going to be a tough one.
And y'all can see how the track is drying up in the center portion. So it's definitely going to have its challenges for these last few drivers. I wouldn't say few, but here we are right now. So this is going to be number 17, Jin Horino, in his Good Ride Team Tops Racing with Project Mu Tops S15. Got a 94 as initial qualifying run, and here he is putting it all out there. Definitely wanting to up that 90 score. Coming into outer zone 2 right here.
Wow.
Beautiful job. Nice flick into outer zone 2. Coming into outer zone 3. Let's see what he's going to do for the finish here from outer zone 3 to inside clip 2 right here.
Wow. Man, he is utilizing his lock kit for sure.
I know, and that's what he's been doing this whole entire weekend. Hands down.
Yeah, so now let's see how wild he was on the outside zone 1, because I saw a couple of cones that he punted. Let's see if that's with the tire or not. But angle-wise, I would have to say that that was a merely perfect run by Horino. Right there, look at that. He fills outside zone 1 way more than it needs to be filled. Gets really close and a lot of angle. This is a very beautiful run by Horino right here. Yeah, very exciting run right here. This kind of came out of like left field because we weren't expecting it to be like this, and that was a very immaculate run by Horino. It was very beautiful.
And the way he tackled the conditions right there. Ooh,
whoa,
95. Oh my goodness. That's our top score right now.
Yeah, that's the top. Yeah, that's the top qualifier.
So Yukio Fausto is at the top score with a 94, but man, Jin Horino came in with the steal right there.
Yes, he did. That was a 95. So let's see who's going to top that, because there's 5 more points to fill. Because yes, we haven't seen a perfect score yet here, and let's see if Junya Ishikawa is going to be able to pull that off in his 86. His teammate actually just got an incomplete and isn't making it to the top 32. So let's see if he's going to go ahead and better a score and make it into the top 32 and get a crazy run right here.
Good job out there with the score guessing, because they were spot on.
Nice.
And I have a lot of sheeshes out there. Here we go, number 33, Junya Ishikawa in the Hiroshima Toyota Team Droopy. A86 right here coming in, not A86, sorry, 86 coming in with the 1GR. Came in with a 76 for his initial qualifying run. Coming with a lot more aggression than last time, but is he going to be able to hold that through? And that was quite the save coming from outer zone 2. Not exactly what we want to see, especially as a lead run. What these guys are trying to throw down is a lead run, mimicking that there's a chase runner behind them. That wouldn't be ideal, but let's see. He was able to hold that through outer zone 2.
Yeah, so he had to do a stall and a big rate of a big change of rate and angle outside zone 2. Look at that, right on the line. Beautiful job on line at outside zone 1. Fairly good job right there in the clip. Right there, he looks like he throws a little bit too much heat right there. He has to try to save himself, where I'm going to have to dock him for some score there at outside zone 2 as angle. But everywhere else, it looks like he did an average job. Very clean run by Ishikawa. Let's see what the other judges have to say, because I think that stall right there is going to hurt him on the style side of it too. So, oh, 85. There you go. But he got an 85.
So definitely boosted his score.
So if he hadn't done that, just imagine what his score could have been. That could have been a 90-something point run too.
Easily.
Yeah.
Insane car though, packed with that V6 1GR. I mean, like you were talking about, that might be the next that next phase.
It could be, but anything could be.
That's true.
Just kidding. All right, so let's go on to the next driver. This is car number 666, Shuichi Mano. He is driving the Chari Boy style with Vitor tire. Sta Maji Mew S13 1 Via. And I talked to him before. He is in love with this style with the 1 Via look. Look at the headlights.
Looking a little mad coming
Looks
in.
Angry.
Got an 82. Definitely feels probably safe in the 82 range, but let's see what he's going to do to solidify a higher score coming into the 3-2-1. Nice job into outer zone 1, but can he carry that through the rest of the track? Transitioning to outer zone 2 here. Beautiful job, but trying to fight this track and make the car cooperate the way you want it to. It seems like that outside portion of outer zone 2 is a trap for a lot of these. It's seeing a lot of
Yeah, because now I'm starting to see a lot of wavering again. This is reminding me how the qualify started, and I think the track condition is getting very similar to how it was earlier when we started this afternoon. So, not a high rate of angle right here by Mano. He had to correct and have to throw a little bit more angle right there. A little bit of wavering here and there. A little shallow going out to outside zone 3. But I can tell that it's becoming patchy on the track, so it's probably very, very hard for him to make a smooth run.
82 right there.
Same
as his initial qualifying run.
Yeah, so second run, first run, 82.
So yeah, like you said, wavering is probably what we're going to see more of, but here we are. We're coming up toward the ends of our qualifying runs. Next up right there at the line is going to be number 61, Kazuki Hayashi, and his Good Ride Works S15. Got an 83 on his first qualify run.
Yeah, so definitely this driver is going to be turning it up for the second run.
Oh, most definitely.
He's not the type of driver that's going to be
backing down to anything.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy with the 83. He wants more, I'm pretty sure. So let's see how he's going to do for the second run.
Here he is coming in the 3-cone. Nice initiation. Deep into outer zone 1 right there. Coming into inside clip 1. Catching back. Whipping back around to outer zone 2. Beautiful job on that outer portion of outer zone 2. Let's see if he can ride this wall into outer zone 3. It looks like he's not backing too far down outer zone 3. Coming into inside clip 2 right here, finishing strong. And beautiful job by Hayashi there.
Wow, that was really smooth. I mean, giving it the hard track condition right now. I think he did a very good job keeping his car stable, and he's putting it where it has to be. So I'm going to go ahead and see how close he got on the outside zone too.
Yeah, beautiful job by Hayashi there. There's the replay right there, right in that full zone of outer zone 1 right there. And look at this.
Yeah, right there. Look at that. Tire on the outside line right there.
Touching the wall and all.
Great job. And he's running a fairly good amount of angle throughout the track too. So this is very impressive, especially especially the way the track is right now, because you saw the past couple cars struggle. They straightened. Some people were wavering. Hayashi just kind of took it like a, you know, how he's supposed to take it. He just like put down a pretty solid run right there. So definitely excited to see what he's going to get for that.
88 right there.
88
So
point.
definitely a lot better than his previous score. Beautiful run. And these track conditions are very mysterious at this point.
Yes, it's very hard to tell, but let's go ahead and check out Yuta Komatsu's second run. He is sitting on an incomplete, so he is on the verge right now.
So this is our last incomplete that we had for first qualify runs. He did a beautiful job entering into outer zone 1, but he lost it out of outer zone 2. So let's see what he has in store for us in his IS 350. And he was like full lock in outer zone 1.
Yeah.
So here he is, coming up to the 3-2-1 right here. Nice initiation in a 3-cone, coming into outer zone 1, real shallow in outer zone 1. Didn't quite get into that zone at all, but coming into inside clip 1, definitely has to put a score down, so he needs to make sure he can carry this all the way through to the finish. And here he is, coming into outer zone 3. Not quite into outer zone 3, just right on that fine edge, coming into inside clip 2.
Yeah, he didn't fill outside zone 1. I'm not a line judge, but I mean, looking at the run right now, it's kind of obvious that his rear end was nowhere near the hash marks on the zone right there for the outside zone. Let's go ahead and check this out. And I'm not going to say that there's like a crazy rate of angle going through there too for that run. So
here he is coming to outer zone 2. Made it more in outer zone 2 there. Dipped a tire or so out. So obviously he got it incomplete, so he had to put something on paper, and here he is. He made it happen. Well, let's see what these judges are going to give him. If it's going to be where what many of y'all are saying in the mid 70s, low 80s.
So yeah, I would have to say as a style, or I'm sorry, not style. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. The angle judge, not so exciting. Not a high rate of angle through the whole track. He was playing it very, very safe. And I am not sure how that's all going to play out, because the outside zone, here goes 72. So the outside zone, missing that, the line score too, that's pretty low. So hopefully this will get him through. Yeah, hopefully that'll be enough for him to get through. Because he was sitting on an incomplete, now he got a 72, but at least he got a score, so that's good. I'm not even going to tally up who's going home early and who's not, but let's go ahead and check out car number 90, Shinji Minowa, his second run.
And his JZX90 Mark II with Heyman TM Labos with Cylon tires.
Yeah, so like this car is very basic because it's got the front radiator. That doesn't have a rear radiator, doesn't have a quick change. Very basic car. He was trying to bring this to the States to see how it would compete. That would have been exciting to see, but let's see him run it here in Japan.
Got an 83 on his first qualifying run, and here he is. Just going to throw down, see what he can put for his second qualifying run. Coming into outer zone 2. Beautiful job in outer zone 2, but can he carry it all the way to inside clip 2. Here he is coming up, approaching across the bridge to inside clip 2. Beautiful job there at the inner clip.
Yeah, that was a very nice job. The only thing I would have to say as an angle judge, kind of shallow at the outside zone 1. Everywhere else it looked like it happened. Everything went well and planned out. But right here, not so high angle right there, but he does run the outside line. Does an all right job there. He hits the inside clip, but from after that, he does run a pretty good amount of angle right there. Runs really deep on the line. Gets very close out here on outside zone 3. Runs a fairly good amount of angle through there. And right there through the finish line and inside clip 2, he does a good amount of angle too. So I would have to say that that last part, mid to last part, as an angle score, that kind of helped out his lacking in the first part.
Yeah, so let's see if that's going to be enough to solidify a higher score than the 83 he got for his first qualifying run. There you go, 89. Beautiful job. Definitely a good score right there.
I would have to say though that was I think the car or that was an 89, and I think that that was a well-deserved run. But I'd have to say that the cars that are in the 90s, it looked a lot more aggressive and dangerous. I guess it looked like they were almost out of control.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought they were going to lose it, you know. So I think that's where it draws a line, maybe where the 90-point line is. But good enough for him to make it through with an 89.
Until then, here's number 770, Yusuke Kusaba. Let's see how wild he's going to get with his Team Cusco Racing A90 Supra. Got a 77 on his initial run, but I feel that he has a lot more in store for us. Seeing that his improvement in this vehicle is getting more and more greater and greater, or more and more exciting.
More exciting, there you go.
Here he is, right here. Coming through the chicane, approaching the 3-2-1 right here.
Wow, very fast.
Nice job in the
nice
outer
job.
zone 1 right there. Coming into inside clip 1. Beautiful job. Nice angle coming in. Nice flick to the outer zone 2. See if he can hold all the way around to outer zone 2. Good job on that. Now, how close is he going to get to this wall? And beautiful job against that wall for outer zone 3. And wow.
Wow, I have to say, I think the driving condition of his run earlier should have been easier. But he's doing better. He's doing better than his first run in a crappier track condition because the rate to angle looks like pretty good, fills the outside zone pretty good, throws good amount of angle all the way through everywhere. Very smooth and clean run. It's not twitchy at all. He's on gas very fast. I would have to say that I would be expecting a better score than a 77 for
yeah,
sure.
For sure. Most definitely on this. That was a beautiful run by him. I have a low 90 score for him on all this chat right here, so we'll see, but I definitely know he did a lot better there. And yeah, he's got a 2J under that hood. It's not the factory engine. There you go, 89.
There you go, 89. Well-deserved 89. That was so much better than his first run.
Yeah, that's a monster car right there.
Yeah, then now we know now that he's getting really comfortable in this car.
He is.
Because he's running the walls. You know, this is more of the dangerous track than we have everywhere else because we don't have walls. The half wet, half dry condition that he's in right now, you know. Man, this...
And he controlled it all the way through. Like that outer zone 2, he controlled every bit of outer zone 2 and manipulated the car to be in that zone.
Yeah, so we got 7 more cars to finish up their qualifying runs. But, yes, the track condition is really bad right now because... is it starting to sprinkle again? Or?
No, it's just a lot. The clouds are starting to drop a lot more, getting a little darker out here. But here we are with number 808, Manabu Fujinaka in his TC Magic coming in real hot in outer zone 1 and holding all the way through inside clip 1 right here. Beautiful job coming into outer zone 2. Let's hear this 3-rotor right here come into outer zone 3 in front of us. Oh! So his first qualifying run was an 80, and I thought he had it in the bag to throw it up higher, but
that was a really good run up until the outside zone 3 because I'm not going to say he was really deep on angle, but it looked like he was filling the outside zones very, very good, and it looked very exciting too because look at this. I didn't think he was going to make it, but look at that. He makes it, fills outside zone 1, fairly good amount of angle through inside clip 1, and does a transition, tries to run the outside line, outside zone 2, does a fairly good job there. Then right there, I think he tried to shift up or do something, popped out of gear, I don't know, but car just completely straightened, and we have to give him an incomplete. Such a waste.
So 80 seems pretty safe, but, you know, I was expecting a lot more. Especially, I wasn't going to say anything because I knew he was going to throttle from outer zone 3 all the way to the finish.
Man, that was a waste.
So at the line right now is going to be number 125, Yoshichika Tamagawa in his Car Guy Racing JZA80 Supra. There's the official score right there, 0.
The official score.
A lot of fan favorites of the Supra, yes. And what was it? We were talking about a few rounds earlier. This Supra was what, free?
Or something like that. Somebody gave it to him a while back. But this is, I'm talking, you know.
That was years ago.
I remember I bought a JZ80 Supra NA Auto before for like $1,300. I wish I still had that car right now.
You might get a lot of hate messages here soon.
I know.
But here he is right now coming through the chicane. Got a 75 on his first score coming into the 3-2-1 into outer zone 1. Maybe he misjudged that. He's misjudging the track a little on that outer zone 1 right there, but let's see how he's going to make it up for outer zone 2. Transitioning up to outer zone 3. And yeah, he's not able to hold that through and had a huge correction coming from outer zone 2 to outer zone 3.
Man, and that's scary to say because Tamagawa's sitting on a 75. So
yeah, and that's very unlike him right there.
I don't even know what. Yeah, I don't even know what
the breaking point is, or
the
bubble
score,
is.
Yeah.
So we were speaking about. Let's see. So very unfortunate to see him walk away with an incomplete there, because Tamagawa usually throws down and he puts some good scores in. Sugo, he did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, I think everything he was thrown off at the entry because he didn't fill the outside zone and pretty much he was already on the wrong line and he had to run a very shallow angle.
And if the camera view changes, if you look from the 2 cone up to the start of outer zone 1, it looks like there's a huge dry patch right there. But then right before the 2 cone, you could see a little wet damp spot. So it's a huge transitional change / judgment call that they have to make as drivers on their approach of momentum and how much they're going to come with into the outer zone 1.
Yeah, this is where you have to actually look into how to set up your car because you don't want just grip now because you got wet surface and dry surface. So something that's mild and easy to drive on is probably going to be something you're looking for because you want to make sure that you put your score down. And, trying to go fast has nothing to do with all these scores because as long as you make it look exciting, throw a lot of angle, a lot of acceleration, or not acceleration, but a lot lot of throttle, and the outside line, you can get a pretty decent score.
And that's what we're about to see right here.
Yep. With Hibino right here in the
number
LB
4.
work. That's 15.
Tetsuya Hibino coming up into the 3 cone right here. Look at that angle right there in the outer zone 1. Beautiful job right here, coming into inside clip 1. Let's see how he's going to hang on and hold on to this right here in the outer zone 2. Ooh, right in that wall right there. And taking a cone along with, is he going to be able to hold on to this all the way to inside clip 2 right here with an 85 score on his initial run. And oh man, I could barely talk because it's so loud. But talk about a wall ride on outer zone 2. Let's see this replay.
Yeah, so I have to dock him some score at the outside zone 2 with the mishaps, but look at this. I would have to say that's a perfect way to enter right there on outside zone 1. He fills the zone very well, high rate of angle, good amount of angle right there on inside clip 1, and look at that wall ride. He touches the wall, but he does dip one tire off, then he starts dragging that cone. He had to take a little bit of angle out at outside zone 3, and that was a mistake there. I don't know what happened there, but after that, he does fill inside clip 2 too. So, man, I would have to say if he didn't have that outside zone 3 mishaps, that could have been almost pretty much that could have been a perfect angle score, I guess.
Yeah, he's a very exciting driver. He doesn't let down. Let's see what the judges are going to give him. He got an 85 on his initial score. Overall, he's sitting 5th place in points. The The number 1 spot is nothing new to him for qualifying. He's done a phenomenal job throughout the season in qualifying. But let's see if this is going to boost his score up. And there you go, 89. It did. Got him an 89.
Man, just imagine, because if that didn't happen at the outside zone 3, I bet you the style judge and me as an angle judge would have gave him an extra two more points maybe each. That would be putting him into the 93 spot. So even after that mistake, that was a very exciting very exciting run by him. And look at it now. We're starting to see the wipers go again. So there's a lot of rain coming down again.
Again, another change. So here you go at the line right now is going to be number 38, Tadahiro Fukada in his Tanabe SSR Team Dunlot with Team Weld, Wise Motorsports, Waco's Mark II JZX 100. And here he is right here. Headlights on, windshield wiper going, catching it back with the rain. Hanging on into outer zone 1 right there. Transitioning over to outer zone 2. Let's see how he's going to hold on. He got a 79 on his initial qualifying run. Is this run right here going to be enough to get him in the 80s? Nice finish there by Fukada. So we'll see here. So 79 was his initial qualifying run. Here's a replay to see the breakdown.
Yeah, so I would have to say, like right here, he throws some angle, but it's not a high rate. Even going through inside clip 1, I wouldn't have to say that's the highest rate I've seen today. It still looks very safe. He does run an outside line through everything, so I would have to say that the line judge is probably going to be giving him fairly well score. But as an angle judge, I would have to say that it's not as high as the rate of angle is not as high as what we just saw with the previous cars that were scoring, in their 90s.
So we got mid-80s scores going on.
Yeah, they're very smooth though.
Yeah.
Very smooth. So definitely should be higher than his 79 that he got for his first run. Let's see what the other judges are going to be giving him.
He's very consistent with his runs though. He keeps it smooth.
Yeah, he's kind of like this all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go, 85.
I don't know if he's just like, you know what, I don't need the top spot because I'll just handle it during tandem battles.
Exactly, because look at that. The line judge gave him a 28, which is almost a perfect line. So he was running the outside line throughout the whole thing. Very good job by Fukada, and I would have to say that 85-point run was good enough to put him into the top 32.
Next up is going to be number 36, Kazumi Takahashi, and his TMS Racing Team Cylon Tire JZX 100 Mark II. This thing is super light. He debuted it last round at Sugo. But I do miss his
BMW.
Yeah.
But, I'd have to say...
It's just because it's different.
Yeah, and I'd have to say light cars are good too, but at the same time, there are a lot of downfalls for those too, because it's really hard to take those to the outside zone. Let's see if he can do a good job this time. Reaching all the way out to the outside zone.
As the rain picks up here. Here he is coming to inside clip 1 right here. Let's see the transition into outer zone 2. See if he can hang on and hold on to that spot in outer zone 2. Ooh, definitely having some issues right there. And not able to hold through outer zone 3. And gonna have to take his 84 on to top 32.
Yeah, that was an incomplete by Takahashi. I mean, there's a lot of things that just started to unravel after he was going into the outside zone too, because the car started wavering. I'm not sure what was going on inside the car and what was happening to the car, but it looked like it was a good start from the outside zone 1 because it looked like he was filling the zone fairly well right there. There you go. Good enough angle, good line through outside zone 1. Hugs the inside clip. Then right after here, right here, this is where he starts to waver a lot. And something happened to the car, and right there, instead of making it all the way through outside zone 3, the car corrected, and he had to take an incomplete for that.
I definitely thought he was going to be able to hold that all the way through, but, things happen. So now we're down to our last 2 drivers of the evening, I would say. It's going to be number 56, Naoto Suenaga. He's going to be coming up. He's at the line right there with Team Kazama with Power Vehicles. In his S15, he took 2nd place at Sugo last round.
He works at Ebi Circuit for many, many years, drives at D1, drives at various events. A veteran of a driver, very skillful driver, sitting in 2nd place right now in the points ranking for the championship.
But man, 2nd place is a tight feat. There's only like 20-point difference in 5th to 2nd. So here he is right here, initiating, coming into outer zone 1. Beautiful job in outer zone 1 right now, coming into inside clip 1 to outer zone 2 right here, transitioning over. See if he can hold it. It looks like he's holding on a little bit just to be on that outside portion of outer zone 2. And these track conditions are not making it easy for him to continue that momentum all the way through, but facing those challenges, he did a good job on that. 82 was his last, his initial qualifying run. Let's see if that was enough to boost him up.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say as an angle judge, once again, I'm not going to say that that was a very high rate of angle through the whole track. He does good enough, but not as much as he should be doing. But right here, he makes it through in clip. he looks like he's concentrating on just keeping his car so it doesn't spin out, and tries to keep it on the outside line, on the outside zones. A little bit of waiver there. It gets really close to the wall, but I would have to say not full lock coming out of here either. Relatively, he kind of dialed it down on the angle, I think, but he was concentrating on the line. So let's see what the total is going to be. But I would have to say, I mean, that was a very clean and smooth run.
It was, definitely. And 82, I think he probably boosted his score a little bit more. The challenges that these last few cars are facing with the rain coming back down is definitely probably messing with them a little.
Yeah, because you're probably coming out here to drive on a patchy surface and setting their car up for that, but now it's like all of a sudden full wet. So
yep, they line up and they're ready to go, and it's full wet. So let's see what his score is going to come out to. Got a lot of mid to low 80s for him. So let's see if he can get into the mid 80 range, get out of that 82 that he's in.
yeah, so we have one more driver to do the second qualifier run. So right before that, we will tell you what's going on here with Suenaga's score.
See what they got for him. And you can see the rain just coming down hard. So those of you that are just joining us right now, Jin Horino is in the lead with the top qualifying position at a 95. And Yukio Fausto is right behind him with a 94. Horino definitely just slid in there and kind of stole that from Yukio Fausto, but Yukio Fausto threw 2 solid runs down, a 94 and a 91, so he can't be mad about that. That's definitely awesome on his part, but I know he came out here to take the top position, so let's see what he's going to do tomorrow at top 32 for sure, and see if he can land that podium spot that he's been waiting on and he's been well deserved of. So let's see it. Looks like the scores are finalizing for him, for Suenaga. And like we were talking about, Suenaga's in the second position at 149 for points. And the difference between that and the 5th place is 131, so not much difference. Very close. And then the top spot right now is at 261, so huge gap for number 1 to number 2. But anything's possible.
Yeah, I think the score is in. We're just waiting on a little bit of stuff going on, but
there you go. 88.
Man, I was right now too.
I know you were like 88.
Man, oh my God! I think I should be a judge.
Oh.
Oh, I am. All right, so
here
let's
we
go.
are.
The last driver. Currently standing first place in the points ranking and leading by a lot, like 100 points or something like that. But this is the champ, Koichi Yamashita, driving the Team Weld JZX 100 Mark II. This car is also an absolute beast.
And if you didn't see the rest of the season, Ebisu, he took a massive hit, massive damage, and they had to reconstruct pretty much the driver's portion of the car. I'm talking roll cage and all, because it bent the roll cage in and all that. So for him to come back out here, still perform and do what he's doing, he got a 91 on his initial qualifying run. But here he is coming into the 3-2-1, into outer zone 1 right here. Beautiful job in outer zone 1. And here he is showing off, coming into outer zone 2 right here. Beautiful job into outer zone 2 and finishing us off strong right here. See how close he's going to ride this wall into outer zone 3. And that's what we want to see coming into inside clip 2. Beautiful job by Yamashita.
There you go. Since we're talking, we are looking at a high level of driving right here. We have to go ahead and look closely on the scores. But I would have to say that wasn't the highest rate of angle, but it was very, very good. It wasn't the highest I've seen today. Let's go ahead and check this out. He makes a nice flick right there going into outside zone 1. Makes he does a good job on outside zone 1. Good amount of angle going to inside clip 1. Fills outside zone 2 fairly well. And right here, approaching outside zone 3, not as deep in angle right there, going through outside zone 3, but and 3 and inside clip 2. But I would have to say everything else looked pretty much good in my eyes. So it really depends on what the line score is going to be and the style score is going to be.
Yeah, that was a nice run, most definitely. I mean, he got a 91 for his initial run, but, you know, that's not saying much. Let's see if he can get it, boost his score up into the mid-90s or better. So we'll see here. But while we're waiting for these scores, once again, top 32 and top 16 will be tomorrow, which is Sunday, Japan time at 09:30 for top 32. West Coast is going to be 17:30 on Saturday. East Coast is going to be 20:30 on Saturday. There you go, 93. Closing us off strong with a 93 in the 90s. There he is.
Yeah, and I totally agree because, I mean, it was a very good line, very good angle, and it wasn't crazy where it looked like he was going to go off course or anything, but very, very clean run and fluid throughout the track. But I would have to say that was a very good job for getting two 90s, a 91 and a 93, and that's why they call him the champ. Yamashita leading the series right now. So,
but overall, great job by all the drivers. The crews out there kind of cleaning up.
There you guys see, that's my hands.
Oh, here you go. You're going to be on the camera right now.
That's my hands right here.
Okay.
You see the, oh, there you go, the waving one.
There,
oh, there
you go.
That's the waving one by Kenny. But
yes, thank y'all out there for viewing, checking us out, dealing with us, listening to us. Please come back to us for Top 32 tomorrow. If you're looking for the times, check it out at Formula Drift Japan on Instagram.
Or we'll try to post it on our Instagram too. So go ahead and follow this guy right here. Kenny's doing a really great job helping us out here at FD Japan. This is JZ_Kenji, right?
Yes, but also check out Robbie's YouTube channel so you can get the behind the scenes of Formula Drift Japan. Thank you all out there for viewing with us.
Hey, and then thank you very much. Miss all the FD USA guys. Lontaine, thank you very much for chiming in with us and helping us out here judging. And also, thank you for you guys from all over the world. I mean, what the times are, it's like crazy, like 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, whatever, checking us out, hanging out with us.
Chatting with us.
Yeah, chatting with us. Thank you. We're trying to read and trying to respond to all of them. But, you know, I'm not a good speaker either.
I'm not a good reader, so we're just trying to make it happen for y'all. So we really do appreciate y'all bearing with us.
Yeah, and I would like to thank the staff and also the teams to be out here hustling, because I know it's really, really hard to, you know, come out to events and actually come and compete, and that's a huge step to be able to, you know,
just to show up and be here.
Exactly.
Is the biggest thing.
You know, keep competing and coming in. And for the guys who aren't going to be joining us for tomorrow, sorry about that. Next time, hopefully they have better luck next time, but we'll see what's going to happen tomorrow at Top 32, and hope to see you guys again back here tomorrow for Top 32. Thank you for joining us, and see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.